How you doing today?
I've had better days.
So, what brings you down to the Howard Stern Show this morning?
A visit. Talk about being back in Morning Drive in New York.
Yeah, you got a new radio show, right?
Hopefully.
So you excited to be here? Your first time?
Oh yeah, first time here.
What are you
wondered.
expecting?
What am I expecting? Same old Howard. Same old Howard. Right in your face. Obviously, not just serving your softball so you can hit out of Yankee Stadium, but throwing right at your head.
And you're ready for that, right?
Oh, of course. Remember, I always tell a guy, either take me out now, 2 bullets to the back of my head, or I'll hit you so hard your mother will feel the vibrations. So I can be quite intimidating myself.
All right, sounds like it's going to be fun today.
It'll be down.
All right, we'll see you in there.
You got it.
I haven't seen 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿 in a long time. I'm a big admirer of his, starting the Guardian Angels. And he is here. He just started his own morning drive radio show.
Yeah, so how can he be here if he's supposed to be on the air?
That's a good first question. Curtis, aren't you supposed to be on the air? How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Although I've had better days.
Why? What happened today?
I noticed, SWA, Robin, you shot me a glare. You were eye-fornicating me there. I mean, sister with attitude. I thought I was going to get some love. And
No, I had to get back in. I just said hi, Curtis, and
I don't know, Howard. I didn't feel the love there. I did not feel the love.
From Robin, of all people.
No, there was a little bit of that coldness.
We have history. Come on. Curtis and I have spoken on the phone from time to time, and I want to talk about this radio career, because we haven't spoken on the air in years. And you've just gotten a new job, which I'm happy to see that you got. You like doing radio. You like doing morning radio specifically. And you were displaced by 𝗦𝗵C𝘄. So we have a lot to talk about, because
you were doing well where you were.
But I want to set up for people the reason I admire Curtis. Forget about the morning radio thing for a second. When you started the Guardian Angels, and I am a big fan of the Guardian Angels, because as someone who took the subways for years, it's a scary place. It really is. And if you don't know how to handle yourself down there, it is dangerous. And I'm a mark. I mean, you look at me and you say, there's a guy I could rob. So whenever I would see a Guardian Angel sitting on that subway car with me, I felt safe, and I thank you for that. But what people don't know is you were working at McDonald's, and the way the Guardian Angels got started was that it was you and a bunch of buddies from McDonald's who decided to go patrol the subways, which is a very...
Why did you do that? I mean, what
was the drive there?
Impetus. What caused that?
Well, I was a night manager at Mickey D's in the Bronx.
Right.
But I was living in Brooklyn, which had been renamed Crooklyn. So 2, 3 in the morning, I'd have to take the number 4 train, which was called the Muggers Express, back to Brownsville, Brooklyn, where I was living.
Right.
And let me tell you, every miscreant, every enemy of society would be walking up and down those trains looking for someone like you, Howard Stern, their milk money.
I am the poster boy of what they're looking for.
Right, but then they'd see me, because I'd sit in the back car on purpose, which is where all the homeboys roll whenever they want to be lighting up, smoking, doing graffiti, robbing, thugging up. They always move to the last car. So I'd sit there with my McDonald's jacket on. You know, my jockstrap even had that M on it.
Before you had the beret and the whole uniform.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'd be reading a copy of the Daily News of the Post that day. And, you know, it's almost like their antennae would go up. So a lot of times they'd be singing doo-wop a cappella as they'd be coming through the trains. You'd say, oh, this is great, subway, street music, culture in the city. And then they'd be eyeballing everybody, right? And they'd be singing, Manhattan makes it and Brooklyn takes it. And they'd be looking at me as if I was Ray Kroc.
Yeah, you're Manhattan.
Did you, when you first started, you know, doing this, just going down and sitting on the subway, did you get into physical altercation?
Oh, yeah, because
you would stand up.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm a street guy, so I'd already know, if they sucker punch me, if they yoke me, it's over. So I'd launch a preemptive strike. I'd thump them up.
Really? Is that true?
Oh, yeah, thump them up, and then the police would show up like a half hour later, you know, donut pounders that they were, waiting for the fresh buttermilk twist to come out of the oven at Dunkin' Donuts. And they'd see two guys on the floor, but they'd see me in a jacket and a tie, and they'd say, oh, you undercover, you 5-0? I said, no, I'm a night manager at Mickey D's. I've just made a citizen's arrest. And they'd say, what the hell are you talking about? There's no such thing. That's a vigilante act. What, are you trying to be, Charles Bronson?
So you became the bad guy, in a sense. Cops don't like you, do they?
No, they arrested me 76 times.
It's
but that was pre-93.
Right.
Because then when Rudy Giuliani became mayor in the city of New York, he said, hey, no more static, no more grief for the guardian angels. He said, you got to work with them the way you would with a block watch or a crime watch. And then that translated to cities across America and now around the world, because we're in 14 countries, 140 cities, and rarely do we get grief.
So every subway has this problem.
Yeah, oh yeah. How many members do you have now in the Guardian Angels? Have things, you know, you don't read as much about the Guardian Angels. Are there still a lot of recruits?
Yeah, there's 5,000.
5,000.
We just opened up in Seoul, Korea.
Oh.
No kidding.
Yeah, so it's not just Samsung and Ki there. It's thuggery.
And it's still a no-pay kind of position. You put on the beret and you go and you fight, essentially.
Well, you volunteer. You go down there. You're obviously a target. 6 guardian angels have been shot and killed, 3 dozen seriously injured. As you know, I was shot up in the summer of '92. So you take a risk. But now that we have cooperation...
Talk to me for a second about your shooting.
Oh.
Because I was upset about that. Mm-hmm. And the thing that upset me is you were doing a morning radio show on WABC radio.
Yes.
It was you and 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄.
No. At that time, it was my wife, Lisa.
Right.
That was the partner on the radio that I had to sleep with.
Right.
Because I was not going to be sleeping with 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄, although his hair was actually longer than Lisa's was.
But the show that became successful on WABC in the morning was 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 and Curtis
That is
Lewa.
correct.
And you essentially had a falling out with your on-air partner because, and I don't blame you for being upset, he didn't stick by. You were shot. You accused John Gotti Jr. of being behind it. We all have read about it in the paper. But 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 didn't seem to take your side in this thing. And that, to me, is the most offensive thing. Like, you just could not get him to shut up about this. You were shot how many times?
Well, 5 hollow point bullets aerated my lower extremities.
It's a miracle you're alive.
And let me describe it biologically.
Yeah.
It's not the knife, the spoon, and the fork. You know, it's your 3-piece set.
You got shot in your genitals.
Oh, man, they were trying to send a message to me. And then, not only that, they had stole a yellow cab because they knew I would take a yellow cab to go to the radio station to do the morning show at WABC at the time. So this guy, little Nick Carrazzo, who I grew up with, who I had beef with since I was just a young little whippersnapper, he gets the contract. He goes, oh, Slee was going to fight. There's no way. We could shoot him once, shoot him twice. He'll still be fighting. It's exactly what I ended up doing in the back of the cab. But they sawed off the handles in the back of the cab, then reattached them. So as I dove for the door, figure I'll jump out into speeding traffic, you know, take my chance being a speed bump. They knew I'd try to jump out the door, and when I grabbed the handle, pow, I got shot a 3rd time, and the handle came right off in my hands.
Where were you specifically hit?
I was hitting the lower set, the legs, the 3-piece set,
Do you still
the upper body.
Is your penis working still?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Really?
Depends on how angry I am.
So it's no, but wait a second, it's no joke. I mean, you didn't have full recovery, did you?
Everything, all the internal plumbing had to be reversed.
Wow.
So when I sit on the Porcelain Palace, I curse John Gotti Sr. and John Gotti Jr.'s name, and that other 𝗪𝗪, that putana, Victoria Gotti and her 3 little dons who live out in Long Island still.
Describe your injury for me for a second, because I'm not even understanding.
Sure.
When you say you sit down and you pee, it hurts. Your penis is there. I mean, it's intact, right?
Oh, it's intact, but I had a colostomy bag, an intestinal bag, a colon bag, and then I had to go for reverse surgery. And that's worse than the initial surgery that saves your life, because you know you're going to have that surgery.
Right.
And then it takes months for you to get any feeling back.
Miracle you're alive. And
Absolutely.
And you say the shooting ruined your second marriage.
Yes.
After Lisa, your first wife, who was a beautiful woman.
No. first wife was a sister, remember?
Right. Is this how many times you been married?
3. I'm a serial marrier.
So your first wife was the sister when you were working at Mickey D's.
That was Corinne.
Then you met Lisa. You married her. I thought you guys would be together for life. It seemed like you were the perfect match.
That was shocking when that fell apart.
Yeah, how did that fall apart, by the way?
Never do a talk radio program with your wife.
Is that true?
Is that what you not? Because remember, you never talk about these things in the house. You never talk. You're having breakfast, you're visiting relatives, you're by yourself. You never talk. All of a sudden, you're talking about issues, and you say, damn, I never thought you thought that way. And naturally,
is that really true, or is it a little more dynamic than that?
No, because it would get very personal, because you want to share personal experiences, which I don't mind sharing.
Beautiful woman.
Oh, absolutely.
And now she's become a legitimate news reporter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not dead gorgeous and good in the streets. So she is the street reporter for Channel 5, the local Fox affiliate.
Is she remarried?
I have no idea. I haven't spoken to her.
You don't speak? You're not friends? So it was really angry?
I wouldn't say it was angry.
It's just no point.
But I wanted reconciliation. You know, I'm old school. I figure, wait a second, we've been 11 years together. She wanted no reconciliation, so I said, no reconciliation, it's time to move on. Yeah. So I slept on a park bench in Central Park. You know, it was like a hot rack with other guys who also got tossed to the curb. Then fell in love again and got married. Did the right thing. You fall in love with a woman you're supposed to marry. I just heard your conversation.
Yes.
In which no marriage, you know, don't get married. Hey, I'm old school.
You're
feeling like you're going to run around, we're saying, don't get married.
So these injuries, after you get shot, and I was upset about this. I mean, you're a good guy. You certainly have donated a lot of your life and time, and you've been very courageous. I mean, you talk about being down on the subway. How many times do you think you've been in an altercation defending somebody?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds?
Hundreds.
How many guys have you fought at one time on a subway?
About 5.
5 guys at once?
They got the best of me.
They did?
Oh, they deuced me up. They gave me a beat down. I got to tell you, a therapeutic back massage. I was sucking concrete.
When you watch these shows like like Spike's Ultimate Fighting or something like that, do you laugh at that in a way because you have really done Ultimate Fighting in the subways? That's the real Ultimate Fighting.
Howard and Robert, I never laugh at anyone who gets in the ring. I've been in the ring, and I've had my bell rung. You don't realize you get hit one time.
That's
your brain, you actually feel your brain falling, and you're like, all of a sudden, you can't get control of your mental and physical faculties, even if you don't do well in the ring. Because I didn't do all that well in the ring.
Right.
But to be brave enough to go in there, to know you're going to get hit, it's not just you're going to hit, you're going to get hit, takes a lot of machismo.
Why were you unafraid, in a sense? I know there's a thing in me, I get scared of being hit. I've been hit. I've been punched in the face. It's horrible. And yet you would go down and take these guys on. Do you think there's something sort of missing with you, like a fear gene or something? I mean, you're not really that afraid, are you?
Let me ask you a question, Howard. Everyone in talk radio is crazy.
Right.
At some point.
Yes.
And I was just crazier before I got a microphone because I would actually seek to go down into the subway while others would escape. Imagine you're sitting in the back car knowing that's the troubled car, and you're sitting there with your McDonald's suit on knowing they're going to roll back and try to vic you up, and you're just ready for them.
It's sort of Charles Bronson-ish, you know, to go looking for it.
But you never brought a gun down.
No weapons. And I, you know, after I got shot up by the 𝗛cies and Gambinos, right away the police said, hey, you know, you've been attacked twice by them. They beat you with baseball bats, broke your wrist, broke your elbow, cracked the back of your head. Maybe it's time you get a permit. I said, look, I lead a group in which we don't permit people to carry weapons. How can I be an example to them? I don't deny Americans the right to have a weapon. I know many of them who need it, but it just wasn't for me.
How is it that, I mean, is it cause you great distress? You have blamed the 𝗛cies for your troubles. They went and had a trial. He's beaten the rap 4 times or something like that. Is this like something that keeps you up at night?
Oh, I'm obsessed with it. This is a blood feud, a vendetta, because it goes way back. He grew up in 𝗛𝘗, blocks away from me. The guy who shot me on his orders, who's doing 20 years for shooting me, he went to the same PS 114 that I went to. Little 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱, who planned it. He grew up around my area, and I had fights with him and his family all growing up. And
why do you think these guys were angry with you? What was the feud?
What did you do to them?
Oh, this goes way back to when I was growing up in 𝗛𝗏𝗄𝗃, Brooklyn, and I would stand up to the wise guys, these geriatric...
You were that well known back then?
Yeah, because a lot of these young guys, many of them who have done time now in prison for killing people, for robbing, for raping, for just being marauders, enemies of society. I would play stickball with, boxball, stoopball. These are all games in New York City, and I was quite good at it, and I had their respect. And then I would see these geriatric espresso-sipping psychotic killers of organized crime talk to these young men and wean them into a life of crime.
Why do you think you didn't take up a life of crime? You're certainly brave. You've hung around with that element. You grew up with all these guys. What was it? Did you have a mother that kind of led you down the right path? Or?
My mom, my dad. My dad was a merchant seaman, so he was away most of the time. But it was my grandfather, 𝗦𝗵ici𝗿𝗍. See, people say, well, you're a part Italian, you know, 𝗦𝗫𝗍, what kind of name is that? It's a Polish name.
That's right.
But on my mom's side, she's 𝗏𝗍 Italian, and my grandfather would stand up to these mugs, these skells. He was 80. He was 85.
You admired that.
He would tell me, walk with me. He had cataracts. He had hardening of the arteries. Take me to the 69th precinct. I'm going to rat them now. I'm going to eat the Parmesan cheese. The sergeant at the desk would say, Pops, you don't want to do that. These guys will bend your leg and stuff it in your pocket. He says, hey, you have no culiones. You're not a man's man if you're going to literally fold like a cheap camera. And these cops would look at my grandfather, 𝗦𝗫𝗍, as if he was a crazy man.
Did you have martial arts training, or did you just fight a lot, and that's how you learned how to fight?
Oh, no. Early on, I had martial arts training. I had experience similar to you. My dad did not want me to go to parochial school. My mom did. But my father said he is not going to the parochial schools in 𝗛𝗏𝗃. He's not going to St. Matthew's. He's not, excuse me, Our Lady of Miracles, St. Jude's, Holy Family. He's not going with these jadruls, these supreme cuisines that we live in. He sent me to Crown Heights on the B-17 bus.
He wanted you to be tough.
I was the only white kid in that class.
Hey, you fought.
No, not in the school. It was a Catholic school.
Right.
But down the block, Schenectady Avenue, the public school got out 15 minutes early.
Do you think that's fair, though? Do you think that's fair your parents did that to you? And don't give me too much macho stuff here now. Tell me the truth.
Actually,
is that fair?
Growing up in 𝗛𝗏𝗃, I would have grown up a racist. Because, remember, you call blacks moulignons, eggplants.
Right.
But by going to Crown Heights, by getting thumped by these black kids, but then seeing other black kids take my back, then I began to realize, no, there's good and bad in everyone.
Right.
Because the Italians I grew up with, the supreme cuisines, many of my cousins were total degenerates. They would make pejorative remarks about blacks. They'd say you have nothing to do with them. And so by being integrated early on, where I was the minority, the only white kid in that class, and then the blacks coming from the public school who knew that they could take your sneakers, they could take your money, they could play with you, they could beat you up, and nothing would happen to them.
So fast forward for me.
Yes.
You become a radio host.
Yes.
You start out with Lisa, that falls apart, and then 𝗏𝗏𝗍 and you take over the WABC morning show.
Yes.
And you guys, lo and behold, get pretty good ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Very good ratings.
Yeah.
AM radio is not easy to do in the morning, and 𝗏𝗏𝗍 is more, you're more right-wing, he's more left-wing. It's kind of a good balance, and you go back and forth, and you're doing well and making money for the station.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, your partner, this guy 𝗏𝗏𝗍, didn't stand up for you. Explain that to me. In other words, after you'd been shot, he had the balls to say to you, you're wrong. That's not, you don't know who went after you.
Oh, no question.
Well, he's a defense attorney, right?
Yeah, but
come on.
He didn't have to go to court and testify on behalf of John Gotti Jr. against me.
He testified. That did it, right? Was that the end of the team?
Yeah. And the fake, phony, fraudulent defense was, yes, up until 1999. And remember, I got shot in 92, attacked with the bats in 92. Up until 1999, his defense, liar for hire, said, oh, he was the worst. You know, he was a member of the Gambino crime family. He was an underboss. He was a capo. And yes, he may have done many of the things he's being accused of. But in 1999, he had the stigmata. He had an epiphany. He retired from the Gambino crime family.
Okay, but take me back to your on-air partner, because this is something I can't find. Well,
this is what he testified to.
Right.
He said, absolutely. I was in the room when I and John Gotti Jr. had a conversation where he told me he was retiring from organized crime.
So here's my question. Why do you think your on-air partner did that to you? Had you guys developed a friendship? Did you eat dinner together? Did you guys, get something of a...
He was the man of honor at my wedding.
He was the man of honor at your wedding.
We socialized.
Did you say to him, why did you...
How could you?
He didn't have to testify. In other words...
Yeah, he didn't have to be in it at all.
In other words, he volunteered to testify against you. Why do you think he disliked...
He claimed he got a subpoena. Everybody gets a subpoena. Even I was testifying for my own. You get a subpoena to come testify. But he also knew who shot me. He knew how it happened. He never volunteered that information.
Really?
So that hurt you.
Not only hurt me, but then he justified this withdrawal defense by saying he and John Gotti Jr. had a private hush-hush, mush-mush conversation in 1999 when John Gotti Jr. swore to him he was leaving organized crime. Every skeleton mutt who gets out of jail, what's the first thing they say? I'm never coming back here. I'm giving up crime. They're back like 72 hours later.
But so 𝗪𝗿 and you break up.
Yes.
And you've never spoken to him since, I imagine.
No. I had to continue to do radio programs with him in the morning.
Did you want to kill him?
Now I'm looking at 8 years, and you know how difficult it is, particularly morning drive. It's like the gladiators.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I said, nah, I just got to suck it up. We do good radio. It doesn't come across on the radio, but I hated every second that I was in that studio with him. Hated it. And then one day, after 𝗏𝗏 and Citadel purchased WABC as part of their buy from Disney.
He's the head of the company, yeah.
Right. A year later, after he had purchased, the rumors started coming out that 𝗦𝗵CE might be that cadaver in formaldehyde. They might find the jumper cables on a Delco battery, put it to his jawbone, and revive him, resuscitate him.
Before you go to 𝗦𝗵CE, because you know I'm interested in this, because I like to have somebody corroborate my impression of the man.
Yeah, he claims to have changed so much.
Were you able to discuss on the air what was going on internally with you? Say, hey, guys who listen to this show, I hate Ron 𝗪𝗏.
Oh, yeah, I loathed, I despised, I detested
And you said that on the air.
Oh, and we battled about that.
Yeah?
No question. And he said point blank.
And when you got off the air for the morning,
yes,
you didn't talk to each other, you didn't look at each other.
Not at all.
You were fuming.
I would have killed him.
Did he ever try to apologize to you? Did he ever try to say to you, listen, let's work this out?
Never. In fact, he said to me, both in private and on the air, Curtis, you got to learn this is not about you. What do you mean not about me? I get attacked with baseball bats the first time by these 3 jadruls, these 3 muscleheads. I get shot up. 5 hollow point bullets aerate my lower intestines. I'm lucky to have survived that. It's not about me. You're supposed to be Mr. First Amendment, freedom of speech, say whatever. I'm attacking the Gottis and the Gambinos on air. And you think this is Sicily, Baghdad, Kabul, where you get killed for what you say?
Wow.
And you see, the problem is he's represented the Gambino crime family. He's represented Gotti, so his loyalties were questionable.
If you saw Ron 𝗪𝗏 being mugged in a subway, would you step in and stop it?
Oh, no, I'd assist.
You would assist it. All right, so now go on. This is a fascinating story to me. So here you are doing well on AM radio for WABC.
Yeah.
𝗦𝗵CE has his controversy. He's fired from WFAN. And let's make the point. Weren't you and your partner 𝗪𝗏 beating 𝗦𝗵CE in the ratings all the time 𝗦𝗵CE was on the air?
Whipping him.
And I can certainly tell people that's true, because don't think I didn't watch the ratings. Being on in the morning, Curtis beat 𝗦𝗵CE on a regular basis.
And even management, when they replaced us, acknowledged, oh, no, 𝗏𝗏 and 𝗪𝗏's ratings were much better than 𝗦𝗵CE.
So 𝗦𝗵CE goes on the air. He makes the crack about the black basketball team. They fire him. He loses his TV show. And then you begin to hear rumors some months later that they're going to hire 𝗦𝗵CE and replace you guys. That's a big kick in the fucking pants, isn't it?
Oh, no question. But because he was run out by 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱, you know, the self-anointed decider of what is racist and not racist.
Right.
And then he bucked and bowed to 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱, Imus did. He kissed the pinky ring in his fat tuchus. But I went on TV.
Bad move, right?
I went on TV.
Go ahead.
And I defended Imus. I said, look, I don't like the guy. I don't like his program, but he has a right to say what he said and not be run out by the likes of 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱.
Absolutely. Now, I worked with Imus, I don't know how many years ago now. I worked with him in 1981. He was the big hot shot morning guy. I came in as the afternoon guy. You know the history. You know, you certainly know me a lot of years. And Robin and I, one of the things that we behind the scenes now I'm talking, not on the air. Behind the scenes, I saw him walk up to his secretary and call her a nigger, right to her face. She was in tears. And Robin and I both looked at each other, and I said to management, how the hell you allow this thing to go on? This is outrageous. And everybody turned sort of away from it. After all, he's Imus, he's making money for us, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, and I was an asshole for bringing it up. And I have said over the years about Imus that, A, I don't consider him a great talent. I'm not being arrogant. Just the way I think. That's the way I think. But also, the other thing that really aggravates me is this ranch he started.
Yes.
I believe this ranch was his summer home. And somehow he came up with this cockamamie thing where the listeners end up contributing money and they bought all the land around it and everything. I don't buy it for a fucking minute. I don't believe Imus has got a genuine good bone in his body. That's how I feel about the guy. So let's talk about your experiences. Let's see if I'm on target. I want to know. So, okay. They announce over at WABC they're replacing you with the Imus show.
But you know how that's done in the business. They execute you right away.
Yeah.
They don't let you be tortured in the wind. They kept us on the morning show for 3 months. A month later, after announcing that Imus would be returning 2 years ago in December, they took Ron Kuby like the mob did Fredo, remember?
Yeah, they took him in a rowboat.
They took him in a rowboat in the middle of the lake, put 2 bullets to the back of the head, came back.
Never see him again.
And I said, where's Ron?
Right.
He's dead. He's dead. There's nothing you can do. He's fired.
So they didn't even discuss this with you ahead of time. Ron was gone.
Ron was gone.
And here, you know, on one hand, you're probably happy because you couldn't stand the guy. But on the other hand, you're like, hey, wait a second.
But that was wrong.
Right.
You don't do it that way.
And you know if they're doing that to him, what's going to happen to you?
Oh, exactly. So now it's December, and I pass the baton off to Imus. I'm expecting there will at least be a phone call from the Wizard of Oz.
Sure.
Because, you know, he's got layers of protection.
Yeah.
God forbid you actually be able to look at the guy because he's falling apart as he shuffles down the hallway. This guy is like...
it's scary.
AARP twice.
Yeah.
He needs to drink Geritol and take a Bengay bath.
You are so right. I was going for a run in Central Park. I'm walking, and all of a sudden I see a giant, like, cowboy with big hat and the sunglasses and everything. And listen, Imus and I go back a bunch of years, and I see him. We see each other. And we shook hands and said hello. That was it. But I was like, how does a guy walk around Manhattan dressed as a giant cowboy? And he looked like he was gonna he looked like my Tante Helen. He looked like an old bubby. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Like almost like an old woman. He looks horrible.
I call it a cadaver in formaldehyde.
Right.
But here it is. You would have thought he would have picked up the phone, or even through any of his sycophants, toadies, and lackeys. Hey, Curtis, that was a stand-up thing you did. You covered my back. You fought the battle against 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱. I was feckless. I was weak. I was kissing his pinky ring and buying a civil rights insurance policy. Right. You know damn well Sharpton got greased on that. Because when Imus came back, you notice 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿 disappeared. Right. You know, when Sharpton is quiet, that means somebody has greased him with dead presidents.
You think that?
I believe that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I can buy that.
So who do you think pays him? Like, if he was paid off, we don't know that. But let's say Who does that?
Hey, he's a civil rights leader. He's got a National Action Hate Network he's got to support. He lives in the Plaza Hotel. He's rolling dough. He's top shelf 5-star. How do you live a life like that and you don't have a job?
You always hear him say, we will be looking into that. And when there is no big protest, obviously something happens.
Yeah, but Robin, these hustlers, they sell you a civil rights insurance policy.
I know.
You pay them under the table because naturally the IRS is not supposed to know about it. And when you have a problem, they're there at your beck and call.
So you have said, I'll just bring up a couple of things. You not only dislike 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄, I guess it started with the fact that he didn't say to you, hey, good luck in whatever you do.
Or thank you for the support or anything. Yeah.
Does it bother you now that consistently he gets lower ratings than what you had at WABC?
Completely. He's like off the map. But probably what bothers me most is for 18 years, I was WABC. ABC stood for Always Broadcasting Curtis. And I knew all the people behind the scenes who make it possible. First of all, the salesmen, saleswomen, they live on commission now. They don't get salary. I don't think people realize that's the toughest job in radio.
Hardest job.
Yeah.
I've always said that the toughest job in radio is sales. And these guys work their ass off. And you always owe them. That's what we're there for. We're there to make money for the company, and these guys go out and hustle their ass off. They're good people. I noticed, though, that a lot of radio people are very hostile to the sales department.
Well, this is what happens, Howard, because I was a new jack to radio. First day at WABC, it's like, my God, Nirvana. It's like Mecca and Medina for broadcasters.
Sure.
I'm doing morning drive, and the first thing the program director tells me is, don't have anything to do with the vermin over there because they will rob you of programming time. They're going to try to steal every minute that you broadcast to put a commercial on. For me, I married a sales manager, at the time Mary Galda, who had worked at not only PLJ, WABC, she had been the sales manager at KISS, worked for CNN. And I would see her at times cry at night. And I said, what's wrong, Mary? She goes, I worked, weekends I spent at this. I had to schmooze the clients. I had to cover up for what some of the hosts were not doing because they weren't servicing the client. But there's no connection. Nobody ever teaches you, and this is my philosophy, no ticky, no washy, no talky. If you can't sell, if you can't get out there and market products, because what I do is commercial radio, then you don't deserve to get a microphone.
Can I tell you something? I think the reason that I appreciate the sales department, when I was at WNBC, for example, they said to me, Howard, we can't sell your show. It's impossible. We can't make any money with it. Then I met Mel Karmazin. He hired me over at K-Rock, and I was sold out. Every spot taken. And I was so grateful because I wouldn't have a career. If no one would advertise on my show, I'd have no career. And NBC almost drummed me out of the business, not because of my ratings, because they couldn't sell the damn show. Here's a guy who could sell the show. I was sold out constantly. I said, thank God for this guy. And thank God for the sales department. But there is a disconnect in broadcasting. And on-air talent doesn't appreciate that effort for some reason.
They diss him and dismiss him.
Well, on-air talent isn't appreciated by management. It just goes all the way down. You're not appreciated as a talent. Talent doesn't appreciate the sales. It's just like that's how radio is an industry that eats itself. So the
arrogance of 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄 disturbed you. You didn't like to see him treating salespeople.
The way he treated these people. Then I went up to Boston because I was at now at night doing a syndicated talk show across America, WTKK, great FM station. They took 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄 in the morning. He goes up there. He's supposed to do a personal appearance with salespeople. The management asked me, please, Curtis, come up. You can do your live remote from here. He's going to diss our sponsors, our advertisers. They want to see 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄.
Right.
Show up, nice hotel, big spread. 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄 refuses to come down out of his hotel room. There's 70 people there. They don't want to see Curtis Lee. Well, I mean, they like Curtis Lee, but they're there to see 𝗦𝗵ici𝘄.
Right.
Again, a smack in the face.
It's embarrassing to management.
Then the next day, they rent out this great old theater right near the Commons, downtown Boston. and he threatens to shoot their host, their afternoon drive time host, Jay Severin, on the stage, causes them major embarrassment, bad headlines. Then he packs up, he leaves town.
Right.
And now they took 2 hours away from him. He's only on like from 5 to 7 in the morning there, and I'll bet you the moment they can break the contract, he won't be there. He's not on a Citadel station in Washington, D.C. Imagine, his own company took him off the air.
Well, he's not getting the ratings.
And not only that, but
face it.
he is so despicable and vile to sales, to sponsors, to advertisers.
To all human beings.
How do you claim this, by the way? I'm curious about this, because it seems like you know the inner workings of Імici's operation. You claim that Імici's is really impaired. His producer, Bernard McGuirk, basically runs the whole show. You say Bernard writes most of what Імici's says, even.
Yep.
And Імici's is lost without Bernard. Is it that bad? Is he that crotchety?
It should be the Bernard McGuirk show.
Really?
Now, I don't necessarily like Bernard.
Right.
I fornicate one another. It's sort of like Jets and Sharks, you know.
Yeah.
We hate each other.
Yeah.
But Bernard McGuirk does work hard. He's there mornings, he's there nights.
Does Імici's treat him well?
Treats him horribly. He treats all his staff. They're terrified of Імici's.
Even the news guy,
Charles?
McCord? He's terrified.
They're all terrified. For instance, Warner Wolf. Does it get any better than having Warner Wolf? Let's go to the videotape.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times you hear in the exchanges, you know, when the commercials play, dissing and dismissing, hollering, cursing, belittling, humiliating his staff. And then they're frightened of him.
Why does he humiliate them if they do everything for him? When something goes wrong, he humiliates them? Or
the slightest thing can throw this guy off, and he'll never take the responsibility or impale himself. You know, I feel like saying you should take a crucifix and impale yourself on that. You are so lucky. You've been so blessed. You have been so self-destructive. Without Bernard McGuirk, you can't function. You can't talk. You can't ask questions.
So maybe that's why he's angry, because he's so vulnerable. He can't even function without
Why
this
not
guy.
Just let Bernard McGuirk do the show?
Right.
Why not let him
Bernard
do the
McGuirk
show?
is basically Імici's, is what you're saying.
It's like a ventriloquist.
The real Імici's.
He's like a puppet with a ventriloquist.
He talks to all the guests. When Імici's disses a guest, he mollifies. He is his peacetime consigliere, because he's got to make peace with everyone that Імici's has burnt.
Well, maybe he shouldn't be so proud that show doesn't get a lot of ratings. Let's be honest.
No, but
maybe
to be honest,
it would do better if the
That's right.
real Імici's was sitting
Maybe
there.
they ought to get a new puppeteer.
I remember there was this young lady, Jamie, who worked for us. Really great. In fact, she was such a hard worker. She was running for the New Jersey Transit train in Leave It to Beaverland, Father Knows Best Little House on the Prairie. She fell in between the door and the station platform. Her leg was stuck between both.
Ooh.
She extricated herself and came to work.
Wow.
Is that dedication or what?
That's a good girl.
This guy humiliated her off air.
Why?
She virtually had a mental breakdown in the newsroom.
Why? For what reason?
Something so innocuous, so ridiculous.
You say when you were at ABC, you saw him yelling at interns till they cried.
Oh. Yeah,
Interns?
Interns. People who work for free.
Yeah, they don't even get a
It didn't matter.
You know,
it
when you were
wasn't
working at McDonald's, if someone told you one day you'd have people, interns, helping
Working for
you
you
out,
for free.
and sponsors, and hotel rooms filled with food, you would have thought you died and went to heaven.
The only thing equal to this is if I could have replaced Mickey Mantle in center field in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
I would pay to be able to broadcast at times because people were listening to you. I used to talk to myself while feeding the pigeons in the park. I used to stare at myself in the bathroom.
So now that someone was listening to you, you were
grateful.
amazed.
Not only listening to me, they're paying me money, and they're patting me so hard on the back, I got to go for a chiropractic adjustment the next day.
What would you tell the pigeons when you were talking to them? The same kind of stuff? Or
all kinds of nonsense.
nonsense.
I'd say, could you believe? And the pigeons would look at me and say, hey, just keep feeding me the Progresso breadcrumbs.
Were you kidding when you said, because I'm fascinated by this and I have to ask you, because if we were talking privately on the phone, I would ask you all this. Are you saying, and I don't know if this is a joke, that Імici's breathes oxygen from a mask between sentences on the air?
At times.
At times.
And you know, I don't know what the extent.
Why does that make me feel good?
I don't know what the extent.
We love that.
outright of his bronchial problem is.
I know he had a
Well, you
collapsed
remember,
lung.
he had a couple of collapsed lungs.
Right, but it's like, you notice the football player has just returned a punt 50 yards, and he's sucking up oxygen on the bench.
Is it time for him to hang it up?
Oh, totally.
It is, right? I mean, he's not
Go
getting
to the ranch and hang it up. Ride your horses around the ranch.
Yeah.
You say the only person who sort of keeps him in line is this wife that he met on the air.
Oh, Deidre.
Deidre.
Theater.
The only time I ever saw them together was at Boston.
Okay.
Well,
He's on the stage. Deidre comes in. Pleasant to me. But it seemed like she was a dominatrix with him.
right.
He might as well have had the ball gag in his mouth and
Really,
been down on
pussy
all
whip.
fours. Oh, my God. And then she goes on about all these products, these green products.
Yes,
she does like a 15-minute commercial, and you know sales, they get no commission on that.
Right.
And half the stuff is crazy stuff. It would be like for people who are in New York listening to WBAI late at night, conspiratorial radio.
Right.
And this is prime time on a major commercial station.
Well, he's got to listen. I guess if he wants to get laid, that's
Whatever
how
Or
it's going to
she
work.
just stays there and takes care of him.
You're saying he should stand up to her a little bit and say, "Listen, honey, not a 15-minute infomercial."
Notice, he didn't stand up to 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱, and his career was on the line.
Right.
Today, if it's black, he will not go on the attack.
Yeah.
Anything but, they're right. They're right. They call me,
It's a whole new
anything
guy.
they say, right.
Yeah.
He can't attack like the President of the United States, who, remember, wanted him fired, Barack Obama, when he was a senator.
Right.
He can't diss him.
Right.
Anything black is great. Oh, I have Dick Gregory there, who's also sucking oxygen. Any black who will
Wait a
come
minute.
on with him.
What happened to those two black people he hired when he...
Oh, those were his training wheels.
Yeah.
That was his civil rights protection.
Do they?
Are they still there?
No, they got rid of that gal. The moment he was insulated, they got rid of her. And the guy he has there now, nice guy, Staten Island, came up, they used to teach in school, but they use him as step and fetch now.
Right.
It's humiliating.
Do when he has Dick Gregory on, do they share oxygen tanks or do they bring
They
in
get
their own
separate
separate
masks?
Let me
oxygen?
tell you, I think there's blood doping going on there. For those two guys to be able to get through 15 minutes of a broke. But
So
this
you feel it was a ruse, in other words, to hire black people to... Would you ever go and kiss the ring of Al Sharpton, no matter how bad things... Wouldn't you just rather get out of the
What
business?
does Al Sharpton have to do with anything?
Right. It's crazy.
Absolutely not. I would take that microphone and I would swallow it and suffocate my own self before having to buck a bow to 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱.
Because you know there's always going to be a way for Curtis Lewa to make a buck. You don't have to sit there and bow. You could, if worse came to worse, you'll go to McDonald's and be the night manager.
Exactly. If I gotta make Max fries and strawberry shakes, I'll do that. Now, the interesting thing is, in September 30th, my contract was up with Citadel.
Right.
WABC. Great management there. Steve Borneman, the general manager, Lori Cantilla. They wanted to keep me there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they did everything they could.
All right.
Problem is, they're going bankrupt. So I would say to them, if I sign this contract, if it's a prepackaged bankruptcy, this is what Farida's talking about in the press, this could be null and void.
Absolutely.
And they said that's a possibility.
And now you are at a new radio station.
Yes.
Called The Apple?
The Apple. 9:70 a.m. Empire State Building. It's me and King Kong.
9:70 a.m.
Yes.
And you're on in the morning, and I would assume, are happy because now you can at least be credited with your ratings. You can take on 𝗦𝗵CE. You can do this kind of thing. Is 9:70 a.m. a good signal? It's
not as powerful as where I was, WABC, because that's the granddaddy of signals, or WR. But we rode the Garden State Parkway, which covers a huge radius.
Right.
From New York through New Jersey down to the Jersey Shore, even where they filmed Jersey Shore.
Right.
It's a pretty good signal.
Yeah.
You can catch the vibe in the morning. So, you see, I've got scores to settle.
Are you doing your own thing now? You don't have a partner?
You don't have a partner.
Told I'll never do radio with a partner again.
It's not for you.
I mean, you and Robin, you've clicked.
Right.
This chemistry.
It's weird to find that, though. It's hard.
With me, it's been ammonia and bleach.
Right.
First with my wife, Lisa, it led to the divorce.
Yeah.
And then with Ron Kuby, he's defended terrorists, Gotti's, Gambinos. We put all that aside. But when he, 𝗦𝗵cie, that traditor, testified against me for that degenerate John Gotti Jr., it was over.
Yeah.
Do you, you know, I'm a radio guy, so I'm thinking maybe a commercial for you where it says, 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗍, he can do 4 hours without an oxygen tank. That's it. I mean, that says it all, right?
And I don't need a 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 to call every shot. I don't need a shot call.
You don't have anybody sitting there putting words in your mouth.
You know, I hope, because you have such a huge, vast audience, and it's not just, you know, people who have no say.
Right.
You have shot callers listen to you. You know, as much as I don't like 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄, give him his shot.
At least he's working.
He deserves it. He does that program. 𝗦𝗵cie cannot survive without him. Give that guy the opportunity to do his own show.
How much longer can 𝗦𝗵cie live, even? I mean, at that age and in that state of decrepitness, if there's such a word.
Decrepitude.
I think he does an MJ. I think the moment the program is over,
they anesthetize
They
him?
take him in the wheelchair, they put him in the stretch limo, and MJ, the Michael Jackson, the oxygen chamber. I truly believe this guy's in an oxygen chamber. And he must sleep like 14, 16 hours a day.
Like the
He's
crypt
like a
keeper.
lizard.
That's right. Like a lizard. It's absolutely true.
And talking about something that was on the air at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he said, "Oh, I was asleep already." It's like, my God.
When you speak out now, when you
goodness.
say things about, you know, organized crime and this, aren't you afraid a little bit when you say
He's
these kind of
never
things?
been afraid.
Oh, targeted. There's no question.
Yeah, I'm afraid all the time. I don't say
Well,
anything.
I was just thinking, we're letting him sit here and say all these things.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe any of it. I want to go on the record. Leave me alone.
These are the views of our guests.
That's not us. We don't know
But
a thing.
Howard, you know, I've always taken on thugs and gangsters, whether they're organized crime, the Gottis and Gambinos, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, you name it, any wannabe group that emerges. Because in so many cities, you know, the moment I arrive in town, it's like high noon. They want to face off with me.
You know who I take on? Amputees. No one can touch me. At least 2 legs gone. So when you go, let's just put your life in perspective.
Yeah.
The most dangerous, most horrible moment in your life got to be being in the back of a cab getting shot at. I mean, to me, that's about as bad as it gets. And then when you wake up from this, I don't know how many hours you were in a coma from it.
Yeah, when do you learn what's happened to you?
And you learn what happened. I mean, it is devastating. You look down and you see your body bandaged, and they tell you.
That wasn't the worst of it. 72 hours later, after going through intense surgery at Bellevue by Dr. Leon Pachter, who grew up in Canarsie, he used to be the milk money for these Jadruls. They used to pick on him.
Yeah.
So he said, I had an added incentive to save your life. It was payback to these guys.
How close did you come to dying?
Very close. And very close to being paralyzed because one bullet just missed the spine by 1/4 of an inch. So I wake up 72 hours later, you're in intensive care. And I know, Robin, you were a nurse. So, you know, that's like a meat locker.
Yeah.
They've got a tube in every orifice of my body. Some orifices had 2, 3 stuffed in there where there was no room to move.
And some they make new holes so that they can put things in.
And you're attached to all this machinery. So I wake up, the bells and whistles, it's cold, I'm freezing. I lift my head, and the first person I see is the former Mayor 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗍. I thought I died and went to hell without an asbestos suit. Because he had been my enemy.
Yes.
Right.
He had vilified the guardian angels as vigilantes, as Hell's Angels. He was there. I looked over. There was Cardinal O'Connor. Cardinal O'Connor was giving me, for Catholics who know, extreme unction.
No kidding.
Last
Right.
rites.
Yeah.
No kidding.
He didn't realize, you know, that I was still able to function. And then there was Lisa there. Lisa saw me wake up, and I think in her mind she said, I'd love to shove another tube in some other part of your body.
She really hated
For all
you.
the pain. Oh, I gave her a lot of pain and anger. She was a great gal.
Oh, my God.
Not that I would want to do this, but if I looked at your penis and balls,
Yeah.
would it look like penis and balls?
You need an electron microscope and red dye.
Why? I mean, because of the shooting.
Well, put it this way. The angle is not at the proper dangle.
No kidding.
Yeah. No, you suffer damage. Remember, hollow point bullets, Howard. It's not just getting shot with bullets.
They spread.
They shred you. They shred your insides.
Oh.
You're never the same. You're never the same. You're never the same. That's why.
And you're not kidding when you say sex is not as easy for you because your penis isn't the same.
Just sitting on the porcelain palace,
Wow.
you know, just doing what we all normally do is so excruciatingly painful.
This would be the major focus of my life. Like you seem
never
to
be able to work past that.
No, I wouldn't. I would be so bitter and angry that I don't even think I could function.
But does the little blue pill help?
Oh,
Nothing.
Viagra?
No.
Nothing.
Now,
But you have a
get
kid,
popped,
right? You have a
Oh,
kid.
yeah, I have little Anthony Chester.
So you were able to procreate.
You find a will, there's a way. A will and there's a way.
You know, seriously, no joking. I mean, that's horrible.
It is,
That's
but I'll tell you this much. Being in the back of that cab, getting shot over and over again, knowing that the driver, you know, obviously was in on the plot, which I was oblivious to, and then you get out of there after they've already sawed off the handles. I was able to jump out a window.
Miracle.
And then survive that. So I'm truly blessed.
I can't imagine what that was like for you. Listen, you got to check out Curtis Sliwa's Morning Drive Show beginning this Monday morning from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Apple, 970 a.m. in New York. He's out there doing it. I'm glad you're doing it. As a fellow broadcaster, I love your honesty.
Can I give props to Howard?
Certainly.
Right at that time when 𝗦𝗵cie took over, WABC would not release me. I was going to be doing WOR's morning show. WABC had a no-compete, and they said, we don't care. You ain't going nowhere, even if you're broadcasting 2 in the morning. Do you know he did an intervention for me? He was my wartime and peacetime consigliere.
Really?
He spent a long time calming me down, because you know how hostile I get.
Yeah.
He says, you'll go to court, and they will bankrupt you. You'll ruin. You'll win the war, but you will lose so many battles, it won't be worth it. And I took your advice, Howard. Thank you. You were the only one to reach out to me.
Well, I felt bad for what happened to you, and it was genuine.
He's had a lot of...
I've had a lot of experience in this area, and listen, I'm just glad it worked out for you.
Yes.
You're a good guy. You're a good soul, and you've given a lot to this community.
You know, there's something you haven't said about Curtis. He has a sister who was one of the oldest women ever to conceive and give birth.
Is that right?
Oh, she's a homeopathic, holistic practitioner. She actually got my legs back because I had no feeling in my legs. So through shiatsu, reflexology, right in Bellevue Hospital. And then at 57, she said, there's one thing I want in life, a child. And she is now America's oldest woman to have brought twins into the world.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Alita St. James.
Is she exhausted?
Let me tell you something. She has been to hell and back again. But she even told me the other night, she said, look, it's the greatest thing I've ever done. I wanted this experience. And I got to tell you, she went through so much pain and suffering. But she's got 2 beautiful children.
Will you send your child, your son, to an all-black school?
Absolutely.
You will?
In fact, I take them on the subways. Every Sunday that I'm in the city, that I'm not traveling on behalf of the Guardian Angels, we ride the trains. New York Times did a great piece on it.
Robin, call social services immediately.
That's how we learned the alphabet, and that's how we learned numbers.
Wow.
It's too crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know if I could handle that.
Listen, I love
Daddy
this city.
keeps taking me on these crazy, scary trains.
My dad's scared. You know, I'd rather go on the scariest ride at Disneyland. That's wild stuff.
Space Mountain is nothing.
How many muggings you think you've stopped in your life?
Oh, hundreds.
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 Personally.
Yeah. Well, myself and with groups of Guardian Angels.
Wow.
And
Awesome.
Oftentimes, just a quick eye fornication will freeze these enemies of society, these cretins with chromosome damage right in their tracks.
You're a
Show
brave
no
man.
weakness, is that what you're saying? Show no weakness.
And even though with the radio success and everything else, you're still doing that. You go out every once in a while.
I love to thump thugs.
You just still do it. And even after you've been shot and you have all these problems down there.
Listen, I have so much aggression. Forget anger management. That Sean Puff Daddy Combs 1 hour anger. My anger management, show me a thug out there who just abused a woman, who snatched a pocketbook, who took advantage of somebody whose paycheck they took, who had a, basically they don't get to live if they don't pay their bills. And I get so much joy, so much nachas out of thumping those thugs.
At what age will your son stop? Has he stopped a mugging yet?
No, not yet.
What are we going to get?
He's got to get the Guardian Angel jacket, though.
It's time.
It's time. How old is he now again?
He's 6.
6 is, this is it. This is when he's got to get in there.
He's got to man up, soldier up.
That's right. Well, listen, check out Curtis Lewa's Morning Drive Show beginning this Monday morning from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the Apple 970 a.m. in New York. And for more information, you can always attend CurtisLewa.com. There's always action going on there.
Oh,
all kinds of things.
Check out those videos.
That's right.
And by the way, I'm feeling the love now, Robin. It's a little ice breaking.
She didn't have a problem with you. She's a sucker for a man in a beret.
Well, wait a second.
By the way, I saw Curtis the other day at the Knicks game.
Oh, yeah?
And that beret sticks out. You see Curtis. I waved to you. You didn't see me. He was
You're surrounded by all your sycophants, 𝗦𝗫𝗍𝗍. See, you had the biggest entourage of anyone there.
One person, my wife.
Oh, come on. During the breaks, the crowd was surging around.
Those were just fans.
Yeah,
people.
Baba Booey every 5 seconds over the intercom.
There was a lot of Baba Booey going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was very exciting. All right, listen. You've said enough. You probably, as I always say, have said too much.
Too much.
That's right. By the way, those people around me at the Knicks game were muggers. I thought you would jump in, but you just sat there like a lox. All right, listen, Curtis Lewa, good luck. And also, for more about Curtis, CurtisLewa.com. Thanks, Curtis, for coming by. And good luck with the radio show. And I'm glad you're feeling okay.
Time to thump 𝗦𝗵cie.
Yeah. He's oxygen-free.
Go ahead.
New Mexico.
Let's see you do it. When's it going to? I mean, I don't think it'll take you long.
You're talking about on the radio.
No,
somewhere.
If I rob one of those oxygen bottles, right?
Yeah.
And it's just air in there, he won't even make it through the show.
We'll be back right after these words.
Curtis, how'd it go there today?
Oh, it was great. It was a love fest. At first, I got the cold shoulder from Robin.
What was going on?
Oh, man, I felt the SWA, the sister with attitude, was giving me major attitude with a capital A, but that melted down, that iceberg.
What did you do to make her change her mind?
I confronted her right from the jump street. If you notice, I went right at her.
It seems like that's all you have to do. You have to confront people.
Well, that's what I do my entire life. It's a preemptive strike. I don't wait for you to thump me. I thump you so that if you need a bit of a readjustment, an attitudinal readjustment, you get it real quick.
You think kind of that's what like Howard does with his guests? He's up front with them.
Well, they know he's going to come right at them, but oftentimes they act like they're surprised because, remember, nobody else has ever talked to them in that manner. But it's very disarming. So if you can disarm somebody, then once they relax with you, once they realize you're a real person, then it's a lot easier to extricate stuff from, so it's not just a 30-second soundbite.
Well, so you had a good time today?
Well, I had a great time on top of the world. I got the tactical air support to take down the Iron from the #1 broadcaster in all of radio, Howard Stern.
All right, thanks for stopping.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and on Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about John Hines' daughter's bat mitzvah. A lot of people said that my wife had a bad time and she was miserable. I disagree. But we did get a great prank off on Gary Baba Booey 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. So, check out the shenanigans.
I guess one of the main topics today was the bat mitzvah that I threw for my daughter. Thank you guys all for coming. I hope you all had a wonderful time.
Awesome.
Did everybody have a good time?
Is my mom really that hot?
Well, we'll get to that later. But, I mean, when you're in that moment, I really couldn't tell. But it seems like with the feedback, it's weird because this is a strange dynamic with the show. I talked to a couple people. They said they had fun. And all I'm thinking is, okay, I'm going to learn the truth Monday when the show comes around because then you find out how people really felt.
Yeah, but it seems like any of the goofing around that was done had nothing to do with the party itself, people at the party.
Right.
And I think that, that you're well liked around here. Not that people are being phony, but I think that if you're not as well liked, people tend to pry a little deeper. But I think everybody had a great time.
So you're saying it's more of an opportunity to attack and nitpick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think if it's my party, then Sal's looking for more stuff to goof on.
Right.
If it's your party, yeah, Sal comes with a notebook and a reporter's journal. And
exactly.
Yeah, he's spending the entire party writing shit
It
down.
wasn't my party, and Sal practically did that.
Well, I was going to say, Sal had plenty of time to goof on you. It seemed like he was watching you the entire party. There's those pictures of you eating, pulling the plug on the Jet game. It was all about pranking Gary, apparently.
Again, he has no interest in his life, so he's created this whole other life.
I mean, did he spend the entire party messing with you?
I mean, I don't know, but we can goof on Sal all we want. But the truth of the matter is, you could look at the party as an opportunity to reconnect with your wife, which is something that you guys went
I have her for the rest of my life.
Something that you guys went to therapy for. Let's throw the jokes out for a second.
I'm not.
You guys went to therapy. You sat on the couch and you cried. You wanted to reconnect with your wife. So these are the kinds of things, especially I know when you have kids, if you can get an afternoon out or a night out without the kids, that's a great time to reconnect. And you pulled the plug on her that afternoon as well.
I don't know. The plug's been pulled a long time ago.
But what happened? You guys were
the body's been buried.
But you guys were so like a year ago. It was like I realized that I wasn't paying enough attention, and but we're gonna get better.
We
do
get along. I think we are so confident with each other that we have the ability to stay away.
Don't
and know
sell me
that
some shit stock.
I'm not. It's not shit stock. I think we have the ability to stay away from one another and have the confidence that that bond is there.
Does everybody see that bond?
Well, there's a difference between letting someone else...
You can't see the bond. It's in your heart.
Well, Sal, there's a difference between letting somebody else do their own thing and avoiding each other.
We weren't avoiding each other.
Well, that's my question, because today I heard that, Christine was miserable during the party and didn't have a,
every time I see her, she must be real good, because every time I see her, at least I see her smiling. But the odd thing is...
Oh, no, she was smiling.
Oh, my God.
The odd thing is when I observe pictures... Every picture of her in the background is with her arms crossed.
Yeah.
She looks like she just smelled somebody's bad fart or something like that. Like she always looks annoyed and pissed off.
She looks like she's sitting next to a steaming pile of shit.
Oh, thank you. You were sitting next to her, Gary?
No, I'm saying that's what she looks like she smells.
I know, and it's just like this, whoa, what just happened? She looks annoyed. She looks like she's in the waiting room at the Department of Motor Vehicles.
But we see that too.
And I don't see that.
That's kind of what she looked like.
Yeah.
And I went over and talked to her because she looked like Genesis. At one point, my wife goes, Christine doesn't look like she's having a good time, and then no one was talking to her, so I went and talked to her. But I asked her, and she said she was having a good time.
I could have sworn she was having a great time.
Maybe she was. Maybe she doesn't look like she's having fun.
But here's the funny thing, though. This is where I sincerely get nervous for you.
Right.
She has that look on, and then I'll go over, and then that look goes away.
Right.
If someone orders that, if somebody else goes talk to her, she seems perfectly happy. She's not in a bad mood.
Right. I don't know. I think she's the typical woman. I think deep down inside, a bottle of piss and vinegar, and then as soon as somebody comes along, it's like, boop, they can flick that switch and be the happy person.
Whoa. I don't understand that. What do you mean what do you mean by a typical woman?
Well, you ever get
Did you think every woman at the party had their arms crossed?
Excuse me. Thank you, John. Not a typical woman at all. A typical wife that's gone through the trenches of marriage. And, you ever get into an argument with your wife and she's screaming at you like a fucking hyena, and all of a sudden the phone rings like, "Hi, Diane. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Target."
That's true.
Not a problem. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Hangs up the phone. So listen, asshole, like I was fucking saying. So I try to question, is she happy and yelling at me, or is she miserable and putting on a facade for her girlfriends on the phone? I don't know. I just think that, I don't know, but based on the pictures don't lie. She always has that angry, get me the hell out of here look. But when I do turn my head and I do make contact with her, like you did, Gary, she looks happy.
Yeah,
it's like a vampire. You could never really photograph it.
Exactly.
Well, as the party...
Except she's always bleeding.
Yeah, but you spent a lot of...
No, we didn't. No.
Makes sense.
You spent a lot... Does it matter, Jason? You spent a lot of...
Period, Jason.
You spent a lot of time goofing on Gary, taping him eat, pulling the plug on the Jet game. You're having a great time. Are you checking to see what Christine's doing, or you're assuming that she's okay, I'm just going to do my own thing?
Well, I made it clear in the car. I said, look, let's find out if there's a remote control for the TVs. And she's like, why? Because Richard was.
But do you pawn this off to her? I know. But do you pawn this off as work? Is the rap? Do you go listen, Christine? I have to do this to Gary? Or does she just know that that's you and that you have to do it?
We got in the car. I picked up Richard, and we talked about you watching the Jets game. And I go, I gotta find the remote. So I just turned to her and everybody in the car. I go, look, Christine, let's look for a remote. And she just arms crossed, yeah. She just yeses me, and that's basically it. But no, I'm certainly not on a mission. I went to this party. I had a great time. I loved seeing everybody. But we knew at the end you were going to watch the Jets game, and we wanted to be in the other room at the bar and change the channels on you. And once we found out there was none, the DJ told me, there was about 8 cables plugged in behind that TV because there was a photo booth and the DJ booth, and he goes, the orange one. So there was this big bright orange one, and it came right out. It was great.
Glad your DJ's concentrating on throwing a good bat mitzvah.
Well, I wasn't aware that this plan was premeditated. I thought this was sort of a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Well, the premeditation was the remote control. If we could have changed the channels from another room, it would have been great, because we would have went back and forth.
The premeditation was ruining the Jets game for Gary.
So, wait, John, did you know about it? I know you didn't know it was premeditated that far, but did you know before it happened?
Yeah, DJ. One of the guys who worked for the DJ came up to me and said, Sal's going to pull the plug on Gary. Are you okay with that? And I thought he was talking about the corner TV.
Right.
So I said, sure, because I knew the TV was on the other screens. I didn't know Sal was going to do it for every screen in the place as long as he did.
Well, since Gary was oblivious and moved to screen number 2, I mean, the right thing to do would be obviously go there and pull the plug on that also.
There's another dynamic that we didn't play the video. I guess they're going to put it up on Howard TV, but everyone has to watch it. It's hilarious. But even more weird than Sal is Richard's the one holding the camera.
Oh my God, laughing
and you
like
just hear him laughing like a loon. Like, I don't even know when he breathes. All you hear is this constant.
He laughs like it's very De Niro in Cape Fear. Like he overlaughs. Like everything is like it's very cartoonish.
Yeah, and he's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
When he laughs, to me, there's no better. There's no better way of confirming something being funny when Richard laughs that hard. I think I take it as a compliment.
Can I tell you, by the way, should I tell the story about what my son did to me? Because I think Richard and Sal are having an effect on my kids. So
taking pictures while you're eating?
No, this is so funny. But I really think that these guys' pranks. I tell them the pranks. So I own that Sonos system. Right, and the Sonos system has a remote control,
right?
And there's different zones, and you can control volume and change channels. So, I got the new system, and I put it up in Jackson's room, and I hook it up, and I listen to it. And everything's going fine, and then all of a sudden, it starts to get really loud. So I make it go low, and it gets loud again. And Mary goes, "What's going on?" And Mary's like, electronics. Sometimes you can't control. It's all over the place. So then I turn it off. And then it goes back on again, but to some really loud electronics music channel. And I go, what the fuck? And so I turn it off again. I walk out of the room. Mary's like, if this thing's going to go on in the middle of the night. So I lower it, and I can't for the life of me figure out what's going on. So finally I unplug it. And when I do, Lucas is in the closet with a different remote.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Ashley 𝗵𝗻. Hope that's how you say one of them right. And how good she looked. At least that how I thought she looked good and she's hot. And then I asked her out and stuff, and that's what we talked about. So you can watch us talk about it.
I do want to get to today's. Well, let's start with the second guest first, since we have JD here, and that was Ashley 𝗵𝗻. And well, first of all, Gary, how do you think she looked today?
I thought she looked really good, but I think some of the guys were a little disappointed. I think she's very cute, but she doesn't look like the girl in the pictures. I think people expected she's trying to change her image. So she came in fairly conservatively. I didn't love her hairdo today, and she was dressed conservatively. I think
she
guys
looked like she was about to testify in front of Congress.
Yeah, I think guys were looking for
She looks like a cute, Italian Jewish girl. If she interned, she would say, "Oh, that's a really pretty girl," but it wouldn't be like, "Oh my God."
No, I think you'd be not the first day, but the second day after you
Maybe
looked at
her body and
If you
stuff?
looked at her ass, you'd be, oh my god.
I think JD may disagree with you guys on this.
Well, listen, I've seen her interviewed on these other shows, so I knew I knew she would dress conservative. I didn't expect
I know her clothesology.
I didn't expect her to dress, like she was on the job or whatnot.
But I think there are some of the guys, I got on the intercom from the guys at TV, and they go, how disappointing is it? But I think they were looking for this vixen to show up, and that's just not what she's doing right now.
I mean, considering that she was afraid to come on the show in the first place, the fact that, she showed up at all was pretty amazing. So, however she's dressed is great.
What did you guys think of the way she described you had to be completely emotionally disconnected to do the job that she did? Well, I mean, is it possible? And then two, Howard later asked, could you ever fall in love with a guy based on what you've done in your career?
I think you have to be emotionally disconnected if you could have sex with strangers that are gross and older than you. No, I'm just saying, that's what Howard was saying.
Getting offended here.
The guys were older, and some of them weren't good looking, and she said, "Hey, I look for the good in anybody."
Right.
I think Benji used to do that rap, if she's got a cute knee or something.
Look for the good in me?
Look for the good in any any woman. But I think you have to be. I mean, she even admits that you can't be emotionally healthy and be able to pull that off.
When she talked about sort of what happened with her and Spitzer will stay with her and Spitzer, and she has some kind of code, did you respect that in any way, or was it just that's the way things should be?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well, she said she wasn't going to talk about what happened, and
Well, she's not going to talk about what happened now. Do you really think that code is going to continue? I mean,
well, you know what?
Time goes on, money gets a little bit bigger in the pot sometimes.
But she's been here. This is my view of it. She's been broke since day one, right?
Right.
Day one, she had to go live with her family and get broke. She's been broke, and every day she doesn't tell the story, I think it's worth a little less.
Yeah, I think
that's true.
And so she has, and I have to say,
but I also think she's holding out hope that some other aspect of her career is going to kick in. If she's to reveal that part of her life right now, that's going to try and take away maybe from any success in that area.
Right. But I give her credit for one thing. She came on the show today because she's a fan of the show, and she really was promoting almost nothing. She was promoting the blog that she does for the New York Post, which pays her practically nothing.
Right.
So I didn't. She really came here just because she wanted to talk to Howard. She didn't get a lot out of today, except that maybe she's trying to change her image.
That she definitely is trying to do. There's no doubt about that.
So I like what people could say. Oh, she's such a whore because she.
But she's a person. It's
right.
like she. I mean, it's a weird world nowadays. It's like person like that. 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗍. I mean, it's becoming less uncommon for those types of people to exist.
Yes, JD.
Oh, I just.
I see she's hot.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going around these shows to try and change her image. She's, probably working on her music, and she wants. This is sort of like the pre whatever for doing her thing.
the pre what?
The pre. Get out there, try and change the image, and then do your thing, and then that way it's less. You have to talk about the past. You can talk about the present and future.
The pre-promotion.
The pre-promotion, yeah.
The preamble.
Something like that, yeah. That's what I think.
Okay, let's go to the phones.
She's hot, John.
I know you're spellbound today.
I'm spellbound by a lot, too.
No. You're particularly spellbound by this one.
I don't know. Yeah, and you know what? I don't know why, but
I got to ask JD a question. You've got such a crush on this girl. Doesn't that kind of ruin it for you? The reality of life. Last time I was on the show, we were talking about the girls that you're after and the girls that you like, the girls that you don't like, the ones you reject, etc. Doesn't this kind of ruin any chance of regular girls being a part of your life?
Listen, first of all, the reality of life crushes me every day. But no, listen, I like all sorts of girls. I like regular girls too. I like all. Listen, and
but the fact that she's kind of famous and kind of hot, I mean, that kind of makes it more intriguing, no?
Of course, but I do like regular girls and stuff too. I like a lot of girls.
She's also the kind of girl that if you date, a lot of regular girls will want no part of you anymore.
Well, that's their problem. I don't know. What do you want from me?
I don't know. Tiger Woods didn't suffer from that.
That's true.
Well, I'm far from Tiger
Stand
Woods.
Tiger on his money. He gets very tall.
Well, JD did come in and give it a shot. Here's a little bit of that.
JD. Ask her out.
I don't.
Oh boy.
I don't. I don't know what type of guys you're into or whatever. I would take you out to like, a date or something. You know what? I don't know.
Boy, JD, that was smooth.
You are. You know what?
I'm much better through
You're very
Facebook.
charming. She just ran out of here into Governor Spitzer's arms. That's it.
You know,
but
maybe
go
we
ahead.
can go get hot chocolate.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Well, whatever.
That'd be fine.
That's fine.
So it ended up with maybe a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And hearing yourself do that now, what did you think?
Oh, I sound like a total asshole. I hate how I sound.
Was that from the confidence pills? Is that what made you
That
so?
was from nothing. That was from Richard putting up a fucking note like an asshole.
But you asked. You went for it.
Well, what are you gonna do? I can't stand there and say
But you totally have an opening now.
Yeah, you know what? There was an opening. Whatever. I took the opportunity, I guess, to see what would happen, and
And she'll probably pay for the hot chocolate too, man.
Now, Gary, does he try to get in touch? Does he wait? How should he play this?
Well, I'm going to email her back. I was just in the middle of writing her when I had to come over and do the picture and do the wrap-up show. So she needed a couple of autographed pictures for some friends, and she had a question about something, and I'm going to email her back and see how serious she is. I'm trying to help him out.
Are we going to try to make it a camera thing or not a camera thing?
No, I think I let him just go. I let JD go do his thing.
I did give her my card, and I was on camera.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I gave her my card, and I wrote my cell phone. And I said this on the air, and I wrote my cell phone number on the back. And I made the joke that, some of people have called this the greatest gift of all, my cell phone number. And
did she do the laugh?
Oh, she laughed. She thought it was funny. She said she liked it, actually. And I said, yeah.
You could take it to see Clockwork Orange?
I'll take any girl that wants to see well, not any girl, but a girl I'm attracted to that wants to see
How about Avatar and some anal?
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about legendary comedian Gilbert Gottfried. And he's legendary because he's funny, but he's also legendary about how cheap he is. And I had a couple of really good stories because I've known him for a long time. He is one of the cheapest people I've ever met. And he's an oddball, and we talked about that. Here's what we said.
Now, Gilbert Gottfried, since we'll change it up a little bit.
Go.
What was his swag bag leaving today? What free shit did he get today? I always love hearing this list.
We don't have free stuff. Did he take cupcakes? I was going to say it's Cupcake Wednesday, so he might have taken. How many did he take?
I just saw him at the elevator. He has a chair with him.
Jim McClure, what did he take?
Worse than taking a cupcake, he picked one up, stuck his finger in the frosting, licked it, decided he didn't like it, put it back, then picked up another one, put that one back. Then picked up the original one, spit on it, and put it back on there. So he's just going through them all.
Great.
Any bottles of water?
And then he took a shit on the cupcakes.
I think he did end up walking out with at least one cupcake and maybe some water.
I saw that he had 3 bottles of water with him when he was on the couch.
Why is he like that?
It's a disease. I was joking with him during the break. We were talking about his kids, and he was talking. I said, "Are you going to leave them that collection of Arsenio Hall robes?" Because we joked around that every time you do a show, you get a going away package, which is usually like a robe and stuff. And most people how many robes can you use? So you give them away, you throw them away. Gilbert, somebody told me that he had in his apartment one of those like a bakery cake rack with all of the gift baskets he'd gotten from every show he'd ever been on.
That's classic Gilbert. Did you like him today, David?
Gilbert is always funny when he does his Dracula and he's doing that new, sounds like a Western. It's funny.
Yeah, we love Gilbert when he comes on. Thank you for calling in. Let's go to Zach in Massachusetts. Zach, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. I love Gilbert as well. He's my favorite guest of all time, and I imagine a lot of other people's. During the history of Howard Stern, Howard mentioned that Gary had several stories about Gilbert just being notoriously cheap, like legendary stories. I'd love to hear some of those.
Well, the one that we've told a lot of times, but I never get tired of telling, was I had dated a girl, and then we'd broken up, and she'd end up going out on a date with Gilbert. So they agreed to meet for coffee at this. There's a place in New York called the Coffee Shop. So they agreed to meet for coffee, and she said Gilbert got up to go to the bathroom. They met like in the afternoon. They each had a cup of coffee. So the bill came, and Gilbert was in the bathroom, and she waited. It's like a first date. And she waited, and she waited, and she waited. And finally, it got so uncomfortably long, she just looked at the bill. It was like $5 and change. She paid the bill because the waiter came back like 4 times with a tip. She said the waiter picked it up, and Gilbert miraculously appeared out of the bathroom, never said a word about the bill, and they left. And she never went out with him again because he was cheap.
Oh, man, he's great.
And the other thing is, Stuttering John told me he had done a couple of gigs with Gilbert, and they went out to L.A., and they were in first class, and Gilbert took the syrup packages from everybody, and he collected them and took them. You know, the unopened syrup.
Does he not have money, or is it
got
just
tons of money?
Just a psychosis?
I think it's a psychosis. Gilbert's got plenty of money. I think he's still in the apartment he's been in for years. He probably could afford to live somewhere else. Now that he's married with kids, I'm sure his wife must be making him crazy. She must be like, Gilbert, we need to paint these walls that haven't been painted in 40 years, or maybe we need to get furniture.
Need more
and that must make him crazy.
Or more space for child 1 and child 2.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, guys.
You got it, Zach. Now, can you ever get a real answer out of Gilbert about anything?
No.
On air, off air, anytime?
Yeah, I mean, I've hung out with him off the air a bunch of times at a variety of different events, and you can get more of Gilbert, but he's very private. He doesn't like to give much up.
Is he truly unaffected by anyone in his life, whether it's in showbiz or...
For me, the thing that really weirded me out about Gilbert today was the story about how he left his kids alone in the house, and... that can happen, okay? It never happened to me. I'm going to say, okay, that can happen. I'll give him that. But it wasn't like, oh, my God, I was so scared, or oh, my God, I ran home. He was like, yeah, I left him home.
Yeah, but and also when you say that can happen
It really
if,
can.
like, God forbid, your mom is dying downstairs
Right.
and you have to go run outside to
Right.
help her out. I think he said he went to go to the bank.
Yeah, and get a cup of coffee. So
and now they're 2.5 and 8 months old. He said, right?
Yeah. So
they must have been. It was sometime before this.
Yeah, sometime between birth and 8 months, he left one of those kids home alone
in the care of 2.5-year-old or younger.
Do you think he's a doting dad?
No, I don't.
Not at all?
I think he's a dad. I think he's there. I think they know who he is, but I don't think he's doting. Do you?
No.
Yeah.
Ed in Belmont, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hello?
Hey, Ed, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you? I feel the opposite. I think Gilbert absolutely sucked. Howard walked me through that freaking whole interview. The guy said, he sucks. I don't know why you guys love this guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we get a lot. We get, not a lot, but we get some people that don't like Gilbert. I thought today he was particularly good. Today was one of his funnier appearances that he's had in a while, and I guess he's like an acquired taste, and I've acquired him.
Just maybe during the news, but that interview, I mean, you tell me Howard didn't walk him through that? It's like his first time on the show.
Well, what do you mean walk him through?
I mean, Howard asked him every question. The guy's a fucking idiot.
But that's Gilbert. I mean, I agree. We know what we're getting, and we know, like you're not going to say, "Hey, Gilbert, so what's new at home?" And he's going to go, "Oh my God, I got to tell you this great story." You have to beat it out of Gilbert, but then he's funny for the news too, and that's what we get.
That's part of Gilbert's charm, Ed,
Right.
but apparently you don't find it very charming.
I see your point.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks
Ed.
for calling in, Ed. Ed from Belmont, New York.
See you at the Belmont Steaks.
When you were in the green room with Gilbert, and I guess you were talking to somebody else about what was going on with Artie, he didn't ask, he didn't even react to it at all?
Yeah, I was sort of getting ready to figure out how I would answer. The question just didn't come.
He's just totally unfazed?
Well, he just didn't ask. I mean, I unfazed would be... listen, I didn't go, oh my God, did you hear what happened to Artie? Artie's name came up, and I thought, knowing their relationship, that might have been an opportune time to go, oh my God, by the way, how is Artie? And there was like silence.
And then when it came up on the air, Gilbert talked about the advice Artie gave him on the DVDs and just made a joke out of it.
Right.
But I guess that's why Gilbert's here. Nick in Lake Tahoe, you're on the wrap-up show. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Good. Hey, Gilbert is a fucking home run. I like when he sits in. He was hilarious today. I mean, he needs to come in more often, as far as I'm concerned. He was great. Could Gilbert come in more, or he just comes in when he wants? What's the deal on that?
I think
Gary?
Gilbert comes in when he's promoting something. I think you don't want to. If you come in too much, then when you really need to promote something, it might be, oh my God, you were just in 5 times in the last month, and then you can't promote what you need to. So he comes in when he needs to.
Yeah, but he's pretty much, he just calls you and says, hey, I need to come on, or is it a swinging door for him, more or less? Or
yeah, to some degree.
Yeah. Hey, I thought he was fantastic. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Huh?
All right, thank you, Nick. And if you're not a Gilbert fan, or maybe you weren't that into him today, when that reporter came in, then it was just open season for both Howard and Gilbert. And I think Gilbert being there also pushes Howard in a direction he may not otherwise go with that.
No, Gilbert definitely jerks you down to his level. There's no doubt.
Now, how did Robin feel about that attention that the reporter got from American Way magazine?
I mean, it's got to be embarrassing. You got a reporter, and somebody thinks you're important enough to do a story about you, so you're sort of proud, and in your mind, you probably imagine they'll write, Robin was regal and she does such a great job in this and that. And then all of a sudden you hear shitting stories and Gilbert's talking, all this wacky stuff. And they're asking Robin, do you know Robin loves anal? That's got to be tough.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about the invitation that Howard got from Conan O'Brien to come and do The Tonight Show. We all think Howard should go. Howard is hesitant because he doesn't really like to fly, but there was plenty of opinion as what Howard should do if he decides to make that big trip. Hopefully he does. Here's how that talk.
I think the big topic today was Howard's invitation from the folks over at Conan O'Brien at The Tonight Show to get him on there. And Gary, should Howard go do this?
My opinion, absolutely. This is one of those things that, I always say that the people here at Sirius are always trying to get him to go out and promote, and sometimes it doesn't seem right. This is so organic. This is so great. If Howard goes on that show, everybody will be watching. There's a million good things that will come from it. First of all, Howard could have the highest ratings in the history of The Tonight Show, but Jay won't have them. It's always fun goofing on Jay. Conan's a good guy, and it gets the word out to a lot of people that we're still around and that satellite radio is still a great place to get us. So there's no downside for him doing it except for traveling across the country.
Well, I was going to say, what's stopping him from doing it? Is
traveling
it just
across the country?
And, well, he also said that it shortchanges people here. I mean, he's got a show to do every day. And
He's saying if he has to take days off from here, then. But I think that, as a perfect, for instance, I said to him, if you leave on Thursday right after the show, they send you a private plane, and you're on the private plane at, I don't know, say noon, land at 3:30 L.A. time, then you could do it and come fly back on Friday.
Yeah, but you're also, taking Howard's side, you're dead tired after flying across the country and doing a show that morning. But they could probably tailor their schedule, it's not live. They could
push
tailor
it
the
back
schedule
a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing is you could leave after the show on Thursday, fly out, get a good night's sleep, do it on Friday, and fly home first thing Saturday morning.
That seems to make the most sense.
Or you could, even if it's a private plane, you could just leave right afterwards, red eye at home, and just be home on Saturday morning.
I think this is such a no-brainer. This is a Magic Johnson type situation. I'm going to give Conan some credit because I don't even think he's booking Howard for the ratings. He's booking Howard out of spite, which is the greatest thing in the world. Howard has to be recognized as being in the forefront of the Jay Leno hate movement. He is the godfather of hating Jay Leno, and I think it's great for Conan to give him his due and to basically book Howard out of spite solely because Howard hates Jay and Jay hates Howard. It's great. I'd love to see it, and I'd love to see Howard take over the Tonight Show.
Well, do you think that the segment would go as Howard would want it to go with his real sit-down?
The segment always goes how Howard wants it to go.
I think this is one of those great moments where Conan will more than be happy to let Howard hijack the show. And Howard will sit there and start asking Conan all these questions, some of which he can answer, some of which he won't. And that'll be funny, too. He'll go, come on, Conan, say it. You hate Jay. Jay's a scumbag. Say it. I can already see it. It's awesome.
How honest do you think Conan will be?
He'll turn red. He'll make faces that will tell you what his answers are. It'll be big news. Howard went
Absolutely.
on. It'll be all over all the tabloid shows, Entertainment Tonight, The Insider. Howard went out there and got Conan to trash. First of all, just by virtue of having Howard on, you're saying fuck you to Jay.
Right.
Right. I just want to say, it's spite. It's so great. Conan, I love it. So spiteful.
Now, Howard also brought up that, or maybe it wasn't Howard, Benji, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the networks, they wouldn't let it happen.
Well, that's one. Yeah, I was curious. Would Howard ever, Gary, maybe you'd be more familiar with this. Would Howard ever say to them, and would they ever say, yes, listen, I will not do this unless I get a recording of it, whether it plays on TV or not, I get to play it?
No. I don't think Howard. I don't think we usually don't say that, and nobody would agree to it. But
because it seems like that's one of the reasons that's
but
Howard.
Think about this for a second. If Howard goes on and they don't air it, it is now 1,000 times bigger news. It's only good for us.
That's true.
And somebody. Right. Because somebody always does. Right. Because thank God you listeners work in every aspect of the world. Somebody will get that to us.
Dude, and you got to remember, Conan, huge fan of the show. Right. Those guys,
But Conan might not have control of it. But you're saying like undercover.
I think someone there would probably make
turns
sure
on his cell phone or something like that.
Yeah, that the tape gets here. And Gary's 100% right. It makes it a much bigger story if they have Howard go all the way out there and then they don't use it. They have to use it. And even if they cut it all up to like a Richard Christie audio book, Howard knows what happened, and that makes the story all the more compelling. Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, and you know what? Listen, the interns don't have access to release a CD of our show, but if somebody really wanted to, they could grab one and put it on the internet, meaning the lowest level of Conan could grab a tape and get it out there or to us.
When was the last time Howard did The Tonight Show?
Well, it had to have been with Jay, and it was probably the time
when he brought the girls on,
the lesbians. That's it.
It's about 94, maybe 90. Well, it probably would have been either for Private Parts or Miss America, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking 96 is what it sounds like.
And Jay has done us since then. Like he did us at least 99.
Yeah, no, Jay has come on after, but I think Jay got sick of us goofing on him, and he just stopped calling.
But the quote-unquote Tonight Show hasn't been on for 15 years. That's...
but again, like, to me, the Tonight Show, that's meaningless. There's a show on that's, like, there's a Jay Leno. The Tonight Show doesn't mean anything anymore. You get the 11:30 slot at NBC, or you don't. But
it doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, but to some people, like Conan and Letterman, for example, it means everything.
Right, to 3 people, it means something.
Well, those guys
O'Donnell's
wanted it.
4. I'm just saying that most people don't think of the Tonight Show as a Tonight Show. They think of it as a Jay Leno show. And so if you replace somebody, then it's the Conan show. People don't think of the Tonight Show the way you think of, like, Friends, and you just keep moving casts in and out.
I know, like, enemy of our enemy is our friend, or vice versa, and we're friends with Rosie anyway. But did you find her reasoning a little ridiculous?
At first, I did, and then I thought about it. I know what you're saying. Listen, it's Jay Leno's show, and he can say, "Hey, I want to work every day." But I think what she was saying was that we're thinking of Jay Leno's show today, this wildly successful thing, and what it was the network show, and they went to Jay and they said, it's not working. We'd like to put somebody on Friday night to help boost us. And he said no. And I can understand why he would say no. I can understand
I totally get why he'd say no. I mean, if you're saying, right, his show wasn't established. So why would you open the door to another comedian to sit in your chair?
I can understand what but she's saying.
Because if I said to Rosie, I want one of the days of your show.
Right.
Or anyone, someone at a higher level.
That's why I was a little lukewarm about giving it to Howard at first, but then the rest of the stuff that she said. But I can understand why he wouldn't want to give it away. I agreed with everything else that she said, that he's got nothing in his life and that he seems to
also how the other great part is, even though I don't necessarily agree with her being upset what Jay did, the phone call that Jay made to her, the totally disingenuous, I didn't know what was going on phone call.
No.
That's
how do you know
funny.
that's disingenuous? He might not have known ahead. He might not. The network people might say, "We want you," without checking with him first.
Well, that's what they did do.
And that's what he said to her. Look, I didn't know this was going on behind my back.
And that post-game phone call, as I like to call it, is Jay's move. He does it with everything. Look, when the Kimmel thing came on, when Jimmy did Leno as Leno, Jay called him next day, thought it was funny. And now tonight, Kimmel is going to be on Leno doing the 10 to 10 thing.
Can I have a quick late night question? When Jimmy Kimmel first got his job as a late night talk show host, he did a blistering interview against Jay Leno. Talked about how he hated Jay Leno's guts, how he's soulless, and now they seem to be friends. What happened there?
I don't remember the interview, but I don't know. You know, people. I don't know. I haven't seen the interview, so I don't remember.
I'll send it to you after.
Hey,
the show.
I wanted to ask Howard. I don't know if he would like. I know him and Jimmy are friends. I felt it was just a total hunch that Howard may have given Jimmy some ideas on that Leno thing.
Well, you'd have to ask Howard, obviously, because Jimmy did nail Leno. Everything from the band, all of the jokes to, it was a really great bit that he did. And he did the entire show as Leno.
Right. The one thing I will say that Rosie started to get into, and Jason and I talked about yesterday, Jason didn't really remember the history of Jay Leno, and he was talking about Jay's old manager, Helen Kushnick, who I was very friendly with. And I thought she was out there, don't get me wrong, but I think if she was a guy, she would have never taken the shit that she got. But
she got the royal screw.
She got the royal screw. And Jason was asking me about it, and the thing that people forget is that she was a pit bull. And she was out there doing some things that, weren't necessarily above board. But the point was, whether Jay knew exactly what she was doing or whether Jay knew that there was a person out there that would do anything, Jay sort of, acted like he didn't know what was going on. He knew who she was and what she was capable of, and he was more than happy to let her go attack and then act like I didn't know what was going on, because she's the one who planted the story in the paper that said that Carson was retiring and Jay Leno was taking over.
Yeah.
And that's the story that made Johnny Carson go, fuck you, I quit.
Right.
And he quit. She got that whole ball rolling. And then Jay tried to apologize to Johnny. I didn't know. But he knew who he had as a manager, and he was happy to let her do the dirty work.
Now, how do you think Kimmel and Letterman will feel about Howard doing Conan? I mean, Jimmy's his friend, as Howard said, but Letterman's, it's 11:30. It's going to get ratings.
I think that everybody is all happy in taking shots at Jay. I really do. I think that they're all banding together. And I think, while Jimmy or Letterman would rather have it on their show, it's not as bad as Howard going on another show, because at the end of the day, they're all fucking Jay.
Good, thanks.
Why are you guys filming? You're not on camera. Do you have
it's part of the show.
Yeah, but you don't have a video part of the show anymore, do you?
No, we do.
He
has his own.
Where are you? Look at that. You walk backwards and you.
I walk backwards. Yeah, I can do this in my sleep.
What's it on?
It's called Howard TV,
oh,
and
really?
it's a pay-per-view channel.
Oh, really? Pay-per-view.
Yes.
And do people pay?
People do pay. Yeah.
No kidding. So they're paying for the radio, and they're paying for the television, and the ratings have gone up, I hear.
Yeah. He's doing well.
Yeah. So good. Well, I'm so glad to be here.
William Shatner, of course, the captain of the Star Trek, author, actor, singer, mime. Mime is another thing he does.
Wow. Is there anything
he can't do?
he doesn't do?
The only thing he doesn't do is talk to George Takei. I'm gonna try and bring them together. I have an opportunity here. I think I could get George on the phone.
I looked at him. He didn't look so interested in George Takei.
Seemed real grumpy. William Shatner, old friend of the show.
Yes. Is he coming in?
Give him a chance.
All right.
The captain of the Star Trek.
I don't know if anybody's told him he's wanted.
Wonder if Bill went and saw the new Star Trek J.J. Abrams movie. I know he was irked that he wasn't
He was
in it.
pissed that he wasn't in it.
Yeah. But I wonder if he really went to see it, but he won't admit he saw it.
Right.
Right.
Well, how do you trap him there if he's not admitting it?
I was going to say Bill looked terrible when he walked in the door, but it was Benji. Oh, there's Bill Shatner. Look at this guy. What are you doing?
He's got something for you.
Oh, you son of a gun. You think I'm 1 year old. Is that a bagel?
It's a bagel.
Oh.
And it's a birthday.
Oh.
It's a birthday bagel.
It's a Jewy birthday bagel.
Well, it's not even in the center. It's off center, but then that's appropriate for you.
Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
You are. You know, no one. I feel Shatner is a changed name.
No.
I feel you try to hide your Judaism.
No. Why?
Let me make a wish.
Yeah. What's your wish?
I wish you would
my
talk to
God.
George Takei.
That's Bill's wish.
I heard you. That was so bad. Why am I way over here?
Just sit over there.
Oh,
who cares where you sit?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But we're still on the camera thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those trick candles, you son of a bitch. You
I
got me.
know, see?
Look at
It
this,
doesn't
Robin.
go out?
What is that thing?
Look, I blew it out. I went, oh, I did such a good job. Well,
There it goes.
There it goes.
It comes right back.
That's hysterical.
you are funny.
You are funny. You talk about Weird Al?
Yeah.
So you talked to Weird Al,
Yes.
and all you got was Weird Al.
What do you mean?
Well, he just played. He had this character going, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was not a good interview.
I had one of the great interviews of all time.
On your new show.
On this new show
Who'd
called...
you get?
Well...
You got Weird Al, didn't you?
No. Well, he plays the role of Weird Al. The new show, of course, in the second season,
Right.
launched this couple of weeks ago on Bio Channel called Shatner's Raw Nerve. So I'm doing a talk show.
I'm going to ask you about that because there's a lot of interesting things that are going on there.
Fantastic.
All right, first let me start with this whole George Takei thing.
George
Listen to me.
Takei,
I
yeah.
want to settle this thing once and for all.
Let's settle it.
Okay.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should get George.
Go ahead.
And George won't come on my show.
Let's get
Raw Nerve.
George. I can get George on the phone. I can.
No, here.
I can get him in here.
No. We don't want to do that here.
Well, let's get him on the phone and
No.
let's set up a time where I can come on the show.
Don't get George on the phone. No.
Why
We
won't
need
you
the
get
guy-
George? You know what? Listen.
Because we have to make an occasion of it.
We will. But listen to me. I want to set this thing up. Listen to me for once. Stop talking so much. You've said in interviews, I don't understand why George has a problem with
What's his problem?
Right. Now, we know that there are several of the original Star Trekkers.
Wait a minute. Several is a
Well, you got Takei.
Well, how many are there?
There's at least
several.
There's at least 5 of them that have a problem.
No.
You got Nichelle.
Nichelle.
Well, Nichelle has a smaller problem.
Okay. You got the guy who died, Scotty. He had a problem with you.
Well, that's his word only.
Right. You had George who had a problem with you. So it's got to be
3.
something you're doing. It's got to be.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I'm saying, let's get Takei on the phone.
Yeah.
If Gary can get
No,
him. I don't
on
even
the
know
phone doesn't work.
Listen to me. Not to get things, to set up a time where we could agree that we have to sit down and work this thing out.
All right, here's the problem.
Go ahead.
Okay.
What's your problem?
A lot of people, apparently, when it's on the texting and the twittering and that, it's very popular thought.
Yes.
People like the idea that George and I will talk about what's bothering George.
Right.
Okay. So in order to take advantage of that popularity of that subject,
we'll do it on your show.
Perfect.
But we got to get him on the phone to
wait a
set
minute,
it up.
because I want to get you. I want to interview you on Raw Nerve. No, don't give me no.
I want to
stop
interview
talking.
you
Stop
on
talking
Raw
for a
Nerve.
moment. Stop talking for a moment and listen to me.
I told you what I'm
to me.
comfortable
Listen-
with.
No, listen to me. Listen to me.
Go
Listen
ahead.
to me.
Go ahead.
I got to get you on Raw Nerve.
I'll tell you how I'll do it.
How?
I want you and that George Takei in the same room. We sit down on Raw Nerve.
Perfect.
And let me sit there and talk to you two motherfuckers and talk some sense into
That is perfect.
Let's do it. So
Well,
let me get George on the phone and set it up.
But I don't know. I have no authority to say on February the 20th.
Well, let's get him to agree, and let's get the two of you to agree that we're going to do this.
Well,
the only person we didn't have agreeing was Bill.
Well, that's what.
No, I'm agreeing.
Listen to me. I got George on the phone now. I got him. If you give me permission, I
You
would
give
never
me that
sabotage
voice.
you.
If you give me that voice,
No,
the guy who does
let's
the
get him
voice.
on and let's
Let
set
him
it up.
stand up. That,
Let's set
that
it up.
person who
I
does
won't bring up-
George's voice.
I won't blow the load. In other words, I won't have
Exactly.
Right, I
Don't-
get it. I get it. Shh, let me handle this.
Okay. You're having.
Try to be professional.
Now, listen to me.
What?
Don't talk so much.
George. Hello. Hello, George.
You haven't gone.
Hi. I have him.
This is George.
I can hear you now.
Okay. Georgie.
Yes.
I've got Bill Shatner. George.
It's 4:30 in the morning. A guy over 70 can't make sense at 4:30 in the morning.
He'll make sense.
No, it's not 4:30 in the morning. I'm here in New York.
Let's tape the show today. George, what are you doing in New York, first of all?
Well, I live here.
Oh, I didn't even know you live here now.
When did you move?
No, I have a condo here, and we live both places.
Oh, okay.
We just got in from London Saturday.
Okay.
What were you doing in London?
Oh, look at this.
I was doing a play.
You know who
playing
you're talking
the Emperor
to?
of China.
The Emperor of China. Do you know who you're talking
I played
to?
the Emperor of China in a holiday production. There's this British tradition called pantomime. Where, you know about pantomime.
Yes.
Latin. And
Bill, why are you laughing at George?
I'm not laughing.
You know you are.
I am not laughing.
You asked him what he was doing. Do you feel he's verbose?
Verbose? No, he just talks a lot.
George, do you realize you're talking to Bill Shatner?
I do.
You do.
You do.
All right,
You
okay.
do. Okay.
I didn't know that. George.
Yes.
Bill is saying now he really wants to find out, he wants to explore with you why you're so irked with him.
Irked is not a good word.
What is it?
Well,
Angry,
first of all,
white hot anger.
White hot anger.
No, there isn't anger. I see.
George, it's got to be white hot anger or nothing works.
Well, first of all, Bill, we invited you to our wedding, and then you went on YouTube ranting and raving about not getting an invitation.
Now, isn't this getting into the meat of things?
That's exact. Thank you,
Well,
Ralph.
George. Bill, do you want to
You told me having a psychosis and that there's something drastically wrong with me. Well, I'm more than happy to talk with you, but not on your show where you control everything.
Right.
Howard said you would mediate a discussion between you and me.
Yes.
And certainly that is acceptable.
All right.
All right.
So George says, Bill, listen to me.
Listen
Mr.
to
Shatner,
me.
Mr.
Yes.
Shatner,
Yes.
and Mr. Takei. Both of you are dear friends. I would
You're
love
dear
to...
friends with George?
Yes, I love George. I love him.
And I love
I'm
you
sorry,
too.
Bill.
You're a wonderful actor.
I love you too.
But I just can't understand why you go off on these wild tangents and name calling that is totally uncalled for.
You know, you both are you both are admirals. And
but I'm an older
admirable.
You're both admirals.
Verbose admirals.
You're both verbose admirals. Listen, Bill, I got to ask you something. I know George is quite passionate about this, and we treat it in a serious way. My fear is on going on your show that you're not really going to answer the questions
And you're gonna take
seriously,
control.
and you're going to try to take control. Are you going to really talk to George in a serious way and try to put this behind you?
Putting it behind me may be a risky endeavor, but
that's a gay joke.
See, there
Right.
you go again.
But
are you making fun of George being gay
no,
right now?
No. It's a serious business.
Right.
Okay. I will be myself.
Right.
I do not want control.
Right.
I want information.
And will you give George
Are you
information?
concerned? Do you care that
let
George
me
is
ask
upset
you.
with you?
It
Wait,
drives
George has a question.
my everyday.
George has a question. I'm sorry, George. Go
I
ahead.
have a question. Bill, Before you went on the YouTube raving about not getting an invitation, why did you not phone us or get someone to talk to us? We would have happily sent you another invitation if there had been some kind of mishap and our initial invitation didn't get to you. Why did you feel you have to make it a public rant?
Why were you ranting in public?
Well, that's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's a question we must examine on Raw Nerve.
Okay.
Tuesday nights on the
Fair
Bio
enough.
Channel.
Okay, fair enough. And George has agreed to that.
Yes.
All right. Now, when are we going to get this sit-down going?
But what I really want to know from
Robin,
William Shatner.
you interrupted us.
No,
when are we going to?
Wait a minute, because if you're going to take this, do you care about ending this feud with
passionately?
George? Really?
It drives.
I mean, honestly,
it drives my every
you
day.
You sound sarcastic now,
Yeah.
and I know
not-
you're being sarcastic. It doesn't drive.
How am
you
I
every
being
day.
sarcastic?
No,
I am telling you, it drives my every day.
All I know is your candle burned my bagel up. Listen to me. No, what you see?
You wanted to toast
this is
it,
not
didn't
the William Shatner I want on your show. What I want to know is, do you really have a desire to understand
I
why
do.
most of your Star Trek castmates did not get along with you?
No, that's not so.
George, is that true? Most of the
all of my colleagues have indicated.
All of his colleagues are not different from my colleagues.
Right. All of your colleagues, meaning all the guys on the show.
All of our colleagues have expressed, some publicly, others privately, their disappointment with your behavior on set as well as off.
40 years ago.
Yes.
All right. Well,
So,
we must.
But now listen, are you going to try to work through this with me?
Absolutely.
I'll conduct this interview if I know you'll conduct it in a serious manner.
You will conduct it, and I will play my violin.
No. I really want you two to seriously talk about this.
I wish you'd stop using that word serious and use the word bio.
No, I want it to be handled in a way that I know you're going to work on understanding.
I
what
am
George
going to
said.
work on understanding, and I'll tell
Okay.
you why.
Go ahead.
The reason why is that for the last many years, George has expressed dissatisfaction with me.
Yes.
Many, many years.
Yes.
I have remained dignified, in a dignified fashion. I have been silent.
You feel you're above it?
Not above it, maybe below it.
But you feel you're better than George?
No. Better or worse doesn't even enter into it. But
go ahead.
We are of a certain age, George and I,
right,
whereby the time we have left to ameliorate.
So, in other words, you're seeing the writing on the wall.
We better do
It's actually up in neon.
Right.
Die.
Right. So you're ready to sit down in a serious way and say, okay, let's work through this. And really listen to him and not just blow him off and go, hey, George, who cares?
No. Well, why would I want to put him on a valuable half-hour show?
All right, I'll do it. If you guys are ready to do it. And when do you tape this cockamamie show?
Well, we'll tape it. I need to talk to the studio.
Go ahead.
And I'll get back to both of you.
What do I have to wear? A suit? If I'm the host?
No.
I'm in a sense the host, if you will.
Yes.
And you're going to be a guest.
Yes. No, you don't have to wear anything or whatever you wish.
George, what are you going to wear for the show?
What I'm wearing right now. I can come down right now.
No, I mean...
No, we're not ready right now.
No. We're negotiating this William Shatner's Raw Nerve we're going to do it on. Where I come in...
on Raw Nerve, and Howard, you're going to be on mediating that.
Yes.
Moderating that.
That's what I'm agreeing to.
I'd be happy to appear on that.
All right. We'll film it anywhere you want to be filmed, Howard.
Right.
If you want to do it in New York, we'll come to New York.
New York, of course.
All right.
I'm not
Howard
schlepping
won't
out
come to Los Angeles, so we'll do it here.
I'm not getting on a plane. I mean, listen.
What do you mean? I'm not getting on a plane.
There's so much I'm willing to do. I mean,
I'm willing to mediate, but you have to come to me.
Yeah, I mean, you come to me, please. You're all a pain in the ass. Let's sit there and listen to you two schlubs knock each other around for a half hour.
Well, now the truth is coming in. That's how you really feel, isn't it?
Let's do it in a boxing ring, just in case it breaks out into a fight.
Okay, I'm game for that. Bill?
Hey, George, do you think you could beat up Bill Shatner?
Well, I won't speculate, but I have the confidence that I will boldly go where Bill hasn't gone.
Really?
Well, you have many times, I understand.
He's gone a lot of new places, explored a lot of new things. All right, listen, I'm down for this. William Shatner is down for it. George Takei is down for it.
All right, this is
I will do it.
unprecedented.
Unprecedented on the airway.
We've got a date.
George, was Bill sexy? Did you find him sexually arousing
Is
at
this
all?
sexual tension?
Yeah. Is there any sexual tension in it for you?
No, I don't think so.
You got to admit Bill's attractive.
Bill is a fine actor, and yes, there's something attractive about someone who's good at what he does. But no, there was nothing sexual in my.
Even in the younger days?
Even in the younger days.
Wow, you never said.
I was attracted to a different kind of guy.
Right.
Well,
There
who
were some
in the crew did you
extras that
find
we
attractive?
had.
Who were you attracted to? Nimoy?
What Nimoy has a very attractive mind. Jimmy has a very attractive personality. Dee has not a sexual thing, but he was something of a historian because he was.
You're telling me. Wait a second. You're telling me if Bill had come on to you, you would not have had sex with him.
Well, that's a different story.
Exactly. And you ever had sex with Ricardo Montalban?
No.
Oh, all right. All right. There was a rumor that perhaps you too.
He was sexy.
He was sexy. Him you liked.
There was definitely,
Bill, you're better looking than Ricardo Montalban, aren't you? I mean,
My pecs are even bigger.
Wait, in that movie, were his pecs real?
No.
Oh, yeah.
They were?
Oh, yeah.
Ricardo Montalban?
Yeah.
Musculature.
Yeah.
Right, Robin?
Yes.
Bill, did you ever find George sexy? Did you ever think of him in a sexual way? You've never had gay sex, have you? Have you ever tried it, even as a young man?
Have you ever played a gay character?
You ever have a towel snapping incident when you were a young man?
You sound like I should have a spotlight on my head. No, I didn't. I honest to God, I
When
never
you were
did.
a young boy, seriously, you never gave a guy a hand job?
What was that sexual
Well, the only
incident?
hand job I gave a guy was say hello and shake
his hand.
Shake his hand.
Never
That's
went
the
there.
hand job.
Right. Did
No
you know?
towel snapping?
I want you to be honest about something.
I'm
going to be
very
seriously.
Where else would I not be on this?
Did you know from
That's a
day
double
one
negative, but-
that George was gay?
No, I had no idea.
No idea.
When did you find out?
When he announced it.
Oh, bullshit.
Come on.
You knew.
You were so uninterested in
Honest to
George.
God.
You know what? I get the feeling, then you're not kidding, that you really paid very little attention to George. I think that, George, does that drive you crazy that Bill Shatner claims that he paid no attention to you?
Well, he was pretty dismissive of almost everybody.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to get into
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more than a half hour. Just let me tell
I'd
you.
make
This
it
might be a two-parter.
A two-parter.
You might need to make it a
I see a
two-parter.
two-parter coming up. Yeah, but wait a minute. And part of the contract the verbal contract we're establishing is that you will talk honestly too.
Well, I'm going to be part of this.
Yeah, I mean, but when I ask you a question,
sure,
you've got to.
But what's this got to do with me? I'm the.
No. But
what
this
could you
all,
possibly ask me?
Because I want you on the show as well.
Whoa.
I'm beginning to sound more and more like George.
When you're around George, you talk like him. Wait a second. I'm coming on there. I mean, certainly I would answer a question if you asked me. I'm not doing a whole sit down. I want to sit down with you two maniacs and figure this thing out.
But in the process of doing so, I want to be able to ask you questions about yourself
okay,
as well.
but you're going to derail the conversation.
No.
Howard?
Yes. This is a multi.
No. I think Howard's going to be the neutral.
Yeah. That's all very well,
That's
but
right.
But in this neutrality, you can't avoid.
I don't want to be the subject. You're the subject.
In a half hour, you two have
it's
too
a half.
many
Well,
you guys have a lot to
issues.
talk about.
We might have an interview with you involved there too. While I've got you on the camera, let us talk like we.
Please.
No. You've got to agree to that. While
Is
I've
it
got
off
you
if
on
he doesn't
camera,
agree?
Is it off if I don't agree?
Show altogether.
What'd you say, George?
Bill, you're going to use that to divert go away.
I'm not going to use anything.
You are.
What's
Bill,
the matter with you guys?
George is right.
If you watch, any of the newsmaker reports, the moderator is not the subject.
Well,
the subject.
But why are we watching something else?
That format.
Why are we?
Want this to
why are we
happen-
using something else as an example?
Because George is saying it's about you and
It's
him.
about time you
You're
paid
the
attention to
subject.
him.
Pay attention to
We've
George.
got to keep addressing the issue, not trying to
I will address the issues, but in addressing
a half-hour format,
in the
it's going to be
address-
more than enough time.
But we
to
film
only address you and George, and I will get to the bottom of your problems. But to sit there and then conduct an interview with me is ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I tell you why it's not ridiculous.
Go ahead.
Because
I agree
want
it's ridiculous.
hold a second, George.
Thank you, George.
George, hold on a second.
Yes.
I want to interview you as well, Howard.
Oh, please.
Now, if you want to make it a separate occasion directly afterwards, that would be all right.
I don't want to do that.
Well,
I
Howard,
want to interview you and George on your show.
Howard, come and be have a conversation with me as well.
Out of respect, in other words.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
I can't
I mean,
respect you.
over the years.
I have very little respect.
Under these circumstances.
It's very difficult for me to respect you.
I know, but you
Can I just bring up one thing?
Yes.
You did comment on George once in your audiobook. I remember you did talk about him, and I want to play it for everyone to remind George and you of what you said. Now,
I said that. I said that in a fit of
listen. Do me a favor, and George is right. You know,
or is it a peak of fit?
I don't want. Listen to me, Bill. I don't want this whole thing belittled. This is a big deal, and I feel by me being the interview subject is wrong.
Surely, you will be too emotional after this whole thing.
I wanted
to do another.
What a time to conduct an interview to have.
Bill, this is what I'm offering.
Yeah.
I want to come to your show.
Yes.
I want to sit down with you and Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪.
Yes.
I want to discuss what went down all those years ago and why it is still going on to this. Hopefully there'll be a resolution where you and George hug, and God knows do what else. And
bury the hatchet.
Bury the hatchet, so to speak. And where you bury the real business. But I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Don't make this about me and you doing an interview. Someday that'll happen in the future, I'm sure. I don't know.
Wait a
but
minute,
what I'm saying, listen.
Who can tell?
Who can tell? Who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. But listen to me. I want to come to your show and concentrate on one thing. You and Mr. 𝗪𝗪𝗪.
Right, we'll focus on that.
All right.
But you've got to promise that you will allow me to ask you some questions about yourself.
That's crazy.
Well, we've got cameras there, and we've set it up. Why not?
I want you to promise me that you two guys will nude wrestle. All right? All right. I mean, what's all these promises? Let's limit it to this. Listen to me.
Yes.
Bill, it'll be great ratings winner. You're going to get the home run out of this because George and I are going to show up and you're going to have a real confrontation. It's going to be big news. It's going to make the show big.
And he might be able to do a series of these and reconcile you with all of them.
That's right. This is going to be a one-shot deal. Don't put conditions on it. Let it be about you and George. Stop it.
All right, George.
Okay, good.
All right.
George, you heard it here. You're going to have your day with Bill.
All right. Good. We've got a date.
Right.
And I'll set that date
there.
up immediately.
Thank you, Mr. Shatton. Thank you, George.
Thank you. Howard, you said you'd put this together, and you sure did.
Absolutely, George. Listen, and I'm not taking sides. I'm going to be fair.
Oh, I know
Yeah,
that.
but you love him more than you love me.
And that's why we need you to be neutral.
I will be neutral.
I see a glitter in his eye.
You feel George and I are secretly lovers?
No, not necessarily.